Greetings, and dare I even say, hello to the gamers. I hope we're all having a lovely Switch 2 launch day. I'm a little bit tired today. I'm a little bit out of sorts, I won't lie. Why? Well, I had to stand outside of Best Buy at exactly midnight and sucker punch about 4 soccer moms in front of their crying children in order to get my Switch 2, and their Switch 2s also. The scalper lifestyle never stops. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a Switch 2. If I did, I'd be playing on it right now because it would up the frame rate of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which matters for exactly 2 zones in the entire game. And I'm just kind of trying to rationalize to myself that's probably worth $450. So I just really got to make sure that I can get that one down. Hey, just want to pop in and say hi, but I got to go. Unfortunately, I'm hungry. No, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope. Yeah. Nah, I'm not good at like being mushy or like having the emotional connection with people, which is probably to my benefit because I've noticed a lot of streamers really like to exploit the emotional attachment that a lot of viewers gain to the stream. So like, it's probably pretty good that I'm not as mushy or sentimental about that. That's how you might say that sounds like cope. Yes, that's what we do here. But dude, actually like watching Switch 2 gameplay, I've seen a couple people play Mario Kart World. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem bad. I would say it's far from bad. I would question where the $20 upcharge came from way more seeing it now. Like before I was like, maybe there's gonna be the most packed Mario Kart we've ever seen, so maybe it is worth the extra. I gotta go. I'll be back in like an hour or 2 if you're live. Oh, I will be. Yeah, no, don't worry. The Monster Hunter streams are the only time I stream like the normal amount of time a streamer streams. But yeah, no, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your food. But like, I wanted to remain cautiously optimistic, and you can call it dick riding for Nintendo because that's what everybody else calls it. But the truth is, I just really did want to think to myself, maybe there is a reason that we haven't seen yet that it deserves to be this price. And once it comes out, I'll be like, all right, you know what? They credit where it's due. They cooked with this one. They cooked with Mario Kart World. They definitely cooked with the roster. I gotta give it that, right? Like the roster for Mario Kart World is awesome. The fact that you can play as a dead fish driving around, that's so sick, and also mimics the experience I have on the road because the people around me must be dead fishes to merge without looking like that. Dude, I've said it before, probably, and I'll say it again, definitely. I think that driving is so chill, if not for the fact that other people were on the road. Like, I have my license, which you might say, of course you do. You're a fully grown adult. Not everybody I know who's an adult has their license. And I'm not here to shame them because that's their problem, right? The fact that they can't get where they need to go without calling an Uber. That's on them, not on me, you know? However, I despise that there are other people on the road. And I always get told if you're a good driver, it doesn't matter because you'll be safe. But like, that's just such, that to me is one of the #1 copes you can tell yourself. Because even if I'm the best driver of all time, right? Like the #1 to ever do it. How am I going to stop if somebody is drunk driving T-boning into the side of my car? That's not going to be on me at that point. I could drive as cautious as I wanted. If they come out of a blind spot going 90 and a 30, that's just on me dying, I suppose. So that's kind of why I despise and detest driving, because there's other people who I can't trust. The variables I can't control make me hate driving. When it comes to me and me alone, I've never been in an accident, and I don't think I ever will be. Why? Because everything's in your control, as we've just established. No, but like, I really don't like it just because I have to interface with the fact that other people exist. It's the only time I feel like it's not in my agency for my entire life. Because if somebody else decides to merge without looking, without using a turn signal because they don't believe in them, they don't think their car should have them anyways, I can't do shit about that. Should they have been using it? Yeah, but like, whatever. I'm dead now. I'm not gonna be able to care too much. Mario Kart DS is the best racing game ever. I fucked with the DS one. I mainly fucked with it though because you got to play as Shy Guy if you didn't own the game. It was one of the only DS games I owned that I would give to my friends at school to put in their DS so I could download play. Because if I download play, you're allowed to play as the different colors of Shy Guy, and that was not base game. Why? Because they hate to see a guy like me succeed. They know that I would be too unstoppable if I could just choose my color of Shy Guy. So they had to force me to download play it. I don't really think that I got hit there. I guess we'll probably have to like heal up. Dodge this way, walk this way, talk this way. Dare I even say just give me a kiss. Rat spotted. Hey, wait, that's me. Wait, I know that guy that you're talking about. I've heard of him before. That's why night driving's the best, just you in the road. Yeah, but then the issue is night driving's also where I feel like most drunk drivers, I imagine, are not like a 3 p.m. on a Friday. I imagine that's probably one of the safer times that I can drive, but that's the issue. The safer times I can drive, you also have to deal with old people driving. And that's where it gets even worse. Because as much as I hate drunk drivers and the idea that they could end my life, I hate even more the idea that I could be stuck behind someone who's slow. Which I guess what I'm just trying to say is they should have private roads and make more lanes in every highway. And the more lanes we have, the less of an issue this will be. And if you believe to yourself that doesn't make sense, wait until we add another lane and then you'll be on my side. If 15 lanes doesn't solve traffic issues, the 16th might. It's not like the just print more money fallacy. There is a point at which having enough lanes means there won't be traffic. However, the issue then comes in with the fact that those lanes must pertain at all times. Because once people have to merge back together, they'll go from 4 lanes to 3 lanes and you'll think they just shot somebody with how slow people merge. So going from 57 lanes down to 1 might be a bit rough. I don't think the US mind is quite built for that one. Dude, I hate highway driving more than anything else. I'm so chill with neighborhood driving. When I gotta go on the highway, it kind of just shows that every man really is only out for themselves. Because I'll be out there following the rules of the road just for some chuckle fuck in his sports car to ride up the shoulder for no reason and back up traffic for everybody else so he can get wherever he wants to go about 3 seconds faster and cause everybody else 20 minutes of delay. Which is... It's the only time that I hope a cop pulls someone over is when I see someone doing some shit like that. If you're just going 90 in the left lane and the speed limit's 75, I don't care that you're going 90 in the left lane. Do what you want, right? But if you're riding up the shoulder for no reason, you should get absolutely ticketed and have your license revoked because I don't want to see you driving anymore. There's never any reason you should be on the shoulder if nobody else is. Why do I say if nobody else is? Because the one situation, the one edge case I'll give you is if there's an accident on the main road so the cops open up the shoulder for you to drive on. I understand in that situation, you're not a horrible person if you're on the shoulder. You are following the rules of the road at that current juncture. But that's not the kind of shit they're doing. They're just doing it because if they ever had to wait for half a second, that just doesn't seem fair to them. They hopped in their car and that should be your problem. It's the kind of shit that makes you never want to trust your fellow man. And unfortunately, it's worked, right? Because I hate driving because of it. I would say, I don't think it's like... It's not like a panic attack from driving, but it is a visceral hatred I feel when I have to drive somewhere. That, especially if it includes going on the highway. I'm one of the best passenger princesses to ever do it. I also don't think I backseat drive too hard while I'm in the side or in the passenger seat. I wouldn't say I don't at all, but I feel like the only times that I backseat is when I'm like, you should not do that. That's like actually reckless driving. Please, you got both of our lives in your hands. Stop doing that. Now, is that a little bit biased because I'm the one in the passenger seat, i.e. the one not driving? 100%. However, it's also true. That's how I feel. I'm like, those are the main times I'll call you out, is if I feel like my life is being put in peril because of the way you are driving. That's the main time I backseat drive. Aside from that, I'll just be like, it's a left here. But that's direction giving. That's very different. I'm basically just like a Siri plus. And so also, and when the light turns green. Okay, that's because when the light turns green, you have to be at attention. Because I know the kinds of people that I drive with are the kinds of people who would get upset if somebody else in front of them was not going when the light was green. So if you're ever gonna fucking cast stones at others for not going when the light is green, you better be on that gas pedal the moment it's green. That's kind of how I personally view it. You're gonna judge others and say, oh my god, they're causing me to miss my exit. I gotta fucking honk it. Well, yeah. Alright, normally they don't honk, but they get upset in the car at somebody for not hitting it once it's green. There's a 5-second rule. See, but I never even said you is kind of the craziest part, right? Like, over in the Twitch chat, we have Spoopy Joseph getting defensive about his driving. Did you guys ever hear me mention the word Spoopy Joseph? You said the people I drive with? Oh yeah, you're one of many. I never said anything about it just being you. There's other people. I can't name drop all of them, primarily because they don't know the stream exists, and then name dropping them would give them an easy in. One of many, my ass, no one else drives you? So I guess what you're trying to say is maybe it's you. So I guess what you're trying to say is you might be the problem. They go to a different school. Yeah, you wouldn't know them. They're Canadian, dude. They're freaking Canadian drivers. You wouldn't get it, okay? No, but like, I do think that if you're not gonna give the courtesy of a certain amount of time to the other drivers, you should also be absolutely flooring that shit the second it turns green, in my humble opinion. Like, I want it to be fast and furious. You're showing us how quick you go 0 to 60 the second that thing's green. Why? I give 30 seconds of courtesy. Now you're just spreading misinformation on the internet. Now you're just using your platform to spread misinformation. I don't know if I agree with that. There was an entire episode of Arthur dedicated to people like you. Buster even said, do you think that people would just do that, go on the line or go online and spread misinformation like that? And I'm telling you right now, I didn't think it would be my own. It could be your own. I've honked one time in the last year or two. That's why I said, actually, no, they don't normally honk, but they will complain out loud. Which is true. Which is very true. You can't deny that one, Your Honor. He's arguing semantics, and that's how you know he lost. Nice semantics, bro. I don't want to hear from a rat who complains about ranked teammates. I complain about ranked teammates in voice too, though. That's the difference between you and me. I'll be toxic out loud. If I think that you're being a horrible teammate to me in a ranked game, I will complain about it out loud. No, you don't? Okay, in a ranked game, I do. In a quick play, I will complain about you to my party and not to people out loud. That's very true. But if it's a ranked game, I will definitely complain about you out loud. Why? Because people need to know if it's them who has to lock in. It's the courtesy honk is me telling you that you're like not doing anything for the team. That's my version of a courtesy honk. Honk, sorry. I'm learning English every single day. He's stacking his argument. Yep, animation canceling it too. Get fucked, buddy. Speaking of, you guys see that new the complete non sequitur? You see the new Marvel fighting game? Dude, that shit looks awesome. The only part about it that I think will be one of the worst things that could happen is there's gonna be so many Spider-Men. It's not working. It's just too dumb to fight with logic. Yep. Me when I'm losing. I feel like I'm the child on a divorce. And it is your fault. Sorry. Also, hi, Derek. Welcome in. I'm just saying, nobody ever mentioned your name until you went and made it about yourself. That's all I'm saying. Maybe perhaps a mirror would be good for some self-reflection. I don't know. Consider this. Hopefully we actually get him to step forward into the trap. It would make me feel a lot better that way. Any day now. Oh, just you wait. This is what I'm talking about. I didn't even say anything. I'm literally like just a guy. I am just a man. I am just a man. You know who said that one? John Bellion. I claim the chinchillas in the divorce. The court has reviewed your claim. Rejected. Unfortunately, a jury of one of my peers, it's me, has actually said that that will not be holding up. So I'm sorry. We tried to give you as fair of a trial as we could. It just didn't work out that way. I do want to cut off this guy's tail. All right, well, he wants to fucking show that he still has his tail. That's awesome. Weaves. Yoink this bad boy out. Dude, also, I want to say, Rat admitting his biases. Don't know what you're talking about, honestly. Like an appeal to authority or something. I don't know. Give me another fallacy. I want to be one of those debate bros who just spews fallacies without knowing what they are. Because they win every single argument because you can't argue with somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. And that's so sick. Woo. Bandwagon fallacy. What's the bandwagon here? You wouldn't get it. Also, sick cut. It felt right. Sick cut is also what my doctor said to me right after the foreskin was removed. And he was right. Hasn't bothered me since. I do... I'm not going to finish that thought. See, I'm learning. I can have a filter every now and then. Oh, what a sick one to get. Poor guy broke his noggin. All right, we got him over here. Weaves. Get back in there. Sharpness is at maximum. It's a bad day to be named Mizutsune. Probably. Dude, I mean, this has been a great hunt to start with, by the way. I feel like we've really been putting in some work on this guy. I mean, keep in mind, this is the guild version of him. I know we're using a Seregios weapon that's pretty strong. Yeah, but you'll get 2 birthdays. And don't even forget about the Christmases. That's kind of the best part. That's the part they don't tell you. Especially because if you're a child of divorce, you know this. Or a separation. Both of the parents will, if it's on bad terms at least, which I feel like... I'd say 80% of divorces are on bad terms. The other 20% are actually just 2 people realizing that their life goals no longer align with each other and like healthily parting ways. But that I think is far rarer than them ending on bad terms. So if it ends on bad terms, both of the parents will try to outdo each other for Christmas, which is kind of the best thing you can hope for. Because you're already in a horrible situation, so you might as well get that bag out of it. You're already being treated as a pawn in your parents' marriage, so you might as well get a bag. Weave? All right, we're trying to break this claw. I feel like I've been really wailing on it. Well, check this shit out. Just kidding. Completely whiffs you 17 times in a row. But, you know, I am, unironically, I know I made that little switch joke at the start of the stream. I am very tired today, so you'll have to bear with me if my sentences aren't exactly coherent or congruent with how I would normally speak. I slept atrocious for the past 2 days. I had to... I mean, you know my sleep is fucked up when they got me at 2 a.m. ordering melatonin gummies, man. That's how you know it's a fucked up day. I'm clicking the Amazon Basics melatonin gummies at 2:48 a.m. That's not a great way to be. They have officially come in now. Did it help me much last night? To an extent, till I woke up at 3 a.m. and then, well, it was like 2:20 a.m. and then I couldn't fall back asleep until around 4-ish. It was like 3:30, 3:40-ish, around that kind of time period. And like, even though technically then on paper I got a decent hour of sleep, it doesn't feel like it when it's halfway interrupted. I never got my good REM moment, you know? I was just entering into the REM cycle and then it has to pull me right back out. It was like my spy movie. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me right back in, and I'm talking the REM cycle. And I'm not talking ReZero's REM. Okay. Yippee. Also, hopefully you two are going good. I'm doing good. The baby ducks are eating well and drinking. I finally want to get to the damn Thunder Boss in Night Rain. Which one is the Thunder Boss? I might not have done him, honestly. I am done currently. I have 5 out of 8 completed. The 3 I have left are the Dragon, the Dark Drift Knight, and the final boss, the Night Lord 1, who you unlock after doing 4 of them. I think it's just 4 of them, and then you're good. So I'm currently at 5 out of 8. I'm hoping to get done all of them. Also, Silver Crown Large, we'd love to see that. I'm hoping to get done all of them before they release the 3rd phases for bosses. So that way I can go back and just do the 3rd phases then. Why have I not been playing it on stream? Because like I said, I've been playing with IRL friends more than anything. Normally 1 IRL friend and 1 random. And honestly, Dude, I kind of had a moment where I was like, this is peak gaming, and I would not trade it for anything. And I think it's one of those memories of the game that will stick with me long after the game's over. I had a random who was playing the Guardian. Now, if you don't know, the Guardian is probably the least popular class in the game. Not saying he's bad or anything. I actually think he gets very underestimated by a lot of players. Mainly because his sidestep takes a lot of getting used to compared to having a dodge roll, which is just too much for, I mean, gamers can't adapt to anything, right? You change the way a certain person looks and all of a sudden they're like, this isn't the same character. Peep the Last of Us 2 subreddit and ask them what they thought of the most recent season of the TV show. You'll get killed. But, so I was playing with a Guardian. And I was playing the Raider. The Raider is just kind of like your big, heavy weapon guy. Loves using big hammers, colossal weapons, all that kind of stuff, right? Dude, we beat a really hard overworld boss. I would say arguably the hardest one. Which overworld boss was it? It was the Black Blade Kindred. And I think he is the hardest wandering boss you can fight, period. And I got a legendary drop, which was a spear. Spears are generally the best weapon to be used by Guardians. Meanwhile, he got a legendary hammer, but neither of us knew what the other one got. So I picked up the spear and I was like, I'll make this random's day. And I threw him the spear and I was like, there you go, man. Don't say I never did nothing for you. And then I turn around and he's like, take this. And drops me a legendary hammer. Holy, I don't think I've ever felt more in tune with a random gamer in a video game. And we proceeded to absolutely decimate Libra, the final boss. Holy. It's moments like that that it just kind of makes playing with randoms almost better than playing with friends. Because if I'm playing with my friend goes, oh, I got a hammer. And I go, oh, I got a spear. Let's just trade those. Playing with a random, I go, I'll give up my drop so that he gets something. Little did I know the random was thinking the exact same thing. And that's the kind of moment that's going to stick with me long after the game's gone. Now, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, much like a Jet Set Radio soundtrack song. Is this an excuse for FromSoft to not have voice chat of any kind? No, there should still be voice chat. But still, moments like that are so special because there's no voice chat. And it was just two gamers going, I'll choose something optimal for my teammate instead of just being selfish and picking for me. That's the kind of shit that, like, to sound very Reddit for a moment, if you'll allow me, that's what gaming is all about. I'm surprised it even works so well considering it's their first real multiplayer. Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff that I think there's no excuse for. One of the main ones being no crossplay in the big 2025. I mean, FromSoft. You gotta get on that, man. God, the people yearn for crossplay so bad. Just give it to them, man. Please. Weaves. We gotta get out of here. Yeah. Good call by me not staying in there. Fun fact, if you're a Gammoth fan, like I am, granted, Gammoth design fan, fight fan, well, I wouldn't exactly say all that necessarily. I don't think their fight's horrible. I just think it's uninteresting. You know what I mean? It's not like it's poorly designed, except for the fact that you could by extent say it is poorly designed due to the fact that it's not interesting. But, whoa, oh shit, wow, he really grinds that shit on the ground. Okay. But like, the fight could definitely use some tuning to make it fun. However, I didn't even know this. Gammoth was introduced in this game, and this is also Gammoth's last appearance, making him added to the club of monsters whose design I love and have not been in anything. Who else we got in there? I'm happy you asked. Look up Kaelis. He's a giant whale elder dragon. Look up Yamasukami. He's a octopus elder dragon. And then look up Gobel. He's like a silly little, woo. Hold on. Good shit. He is a silly little, what are they called? Anglerfish, that's what it is. I kept wanting to say lanternfish, and I think lanternfish is also correct. I know some people call them football fish, but I think that that's just, I mean, I watched Hey Arnold. I know what a slur is, okay? That's just, you can't call them that, man. In fact, as far as I know, Hey Arnold had like a horrible brain condition that caused that. That's the kind of shit that cartoon theories used to be. I don't know if the cartoon theory genre on YouTube still exists, but I remember watching as a kid and it would be cartoon theory is, what was her name? Angelica? Is Angelica from Rugrats actually just schizoactive and imagining that the babies are talking? Because in real life, babies do not talk. Please don't say dragon so often. If I get another ancient dragon, I might tweak. I have not been fighting many dragons, honestly, which sucks, because I fuck with fighting dragons in Souls-like games. I also think that they're some of the worst designed bosses normally, but like I fuck with fighting them. Weave? Okay, good shit. Garfunkel, you mind breaking me out of here? You absolutely do, and I respect you for it. You shouldn't be at all. Oats, good shit, you almost hit me. How about it? One more try? Okay, well, you know, they're giving it their all. At least this singular ledge keeps me safe. Crawmerax in Borderlands 1. That's a reference I don't think a lot of people are gonna get. Look up the Crawmerax ledge and you'll be like, holy shit, he's right. It was how people beat a raid boss that was too hard for the majority of the populace playing the game. Because gaming used to be for nothing but casuals. But you know, I do love fighting my FromSoft dragons, even though their movesets normally feel very disjointed and I get hit by stuff that I don't think I should be getting hit by, just due to the fact that they're giant. They take up the entire screen 3 times over. It's... I can't remember his name. I'm still surprised by how many people are stuck on the first boss. It is like a real showing of how ass a lot of people are at Souls-like games. It also, there's a new intern at my job who's big into gaming also. And him and I have been talking about Elden Ring a bit, right? Night Rain specifically. And like, I wasn't sure how much of a gamer he was. If he was just casually plays a little bit on the side or something like that. But then when he told me how many bosses he's already done in Night Rain, I was like, all right, real recognizes real. He's got game. Because we were talking about bosses, I thought he was going to be stuck on the first one. I won't lie. Just because I've seen so many people saying that they are like hard-walled by the first one that I was like, maybe I'm just goated and other people aren't. But you know what? I think it's just the majority of FromSoft gamers, their first FromSoft game was like an Elden Ring. And Elden Ring, I would argue, due to its nature of being open world, is the easiest FromSoft game. Now, I'm not saying this is a derogatory, you can't enjoy Elden Ring. I fucking love Elden Ring. However, the way that you're allowed to explore anything in any direction you'd like and get absolutely insane and giga-broken talismans compared to a lot of other FromSoft experiences made it so a lot of people whose first game was Elden Ring were just kind of able to coast through the combat by looking up what best weapons were, or like Comet Azure spamming or stuff like that, right? Like I had a friend whose first Souls-like was Elden Ring, and I was like, they told me they beat Melania, and I was like, whoa, I'm so proud of you. He was like, yeah, I looked up a tutorial on this setup you can do that would just like one phase her phase 1, and then you could stun lock her phase 2 the whole time. And I was like, well, I mean, like, a win's a win, so go for it. Hell yeah, man. But at the same time, I do think that if it was me personally, I would feel as though it rings a little bit hollow. I'm not gonna say he didn't beat it, because he was happy and satisfied with his win, so like, why the hell would I care? He bought the game. After you buy the game, do what you want with it, as long as it doesn't negatively impact others for the most part, right? And the reason I say that is because then people go, oh, so you're fine with like the hackers in Battlefront 2 ruining it for everybody? No. Obviously. I would very much prefer they didn't exist. However, I'm also not going to be delusional enough to act like Battlefront 2 is getting any other updates. Which, it does suck. Battlefront 2 is a goated game. I'm happy it's having a bit of a resurgence. I'm just sad that that resurgence is immediately stopped in its tracks by the fact that anybody who's hacking the game completely ruins the experience for all other 60 plus people within the lobby. And it's so easy for them to hack compared to some other games just because there's no active anti-cheat or modding, really. I believe the entire team that worked on it has been laid off. And if not the entire team, the majority of them have been laid off. So you're not really going to get too punished for it. Apparently the hackers are so well known now that people see their username pop up and just quit before they even crash the lobby. Because at that point, I mean, if you know, you know. Why bother wasting your time? Gamoth, you want to fall over for me? You want to be a good boy and fall over? Sorry. Sneak peek of the audio that I'm releasing later this month on Patreon. All right. To a different zone we go. I think I'm going to pop a whetstone just so we're back. Borderlands 2 is going to have a resurgence since it's completely free right now. Is this my time to bust out niche Borderlands 2 knowledge? Oh my god, and Jolt's dude is probably already doing that for them. It's not like he ever stopped playing Borderlands 2 anyways, which you gotta respect. I mean, that's a commitment to a game. That's a commitment that most people don't even have for relationships anymore. Am I right or am I right, fellas? People be cheating. No, but I mean, it is. Every now and then it'll pop up on my feed and I'm like, oh yeah, he's doing a challenge run here. Sure, I'll check it out. And every time I'm like, damn, he's still out here going crazy on it. And you gotta love it for him. What's my biggest Borderlands 2 flex? I got a Cobra to drop legit. It was a low level one on my first playthrough. So it's not like a very flex one, because the better flex is having like an OP10 one that you can actually potentially use. Not as though the Cobra is a good weapon. Am I thinking of the right? I believe it's called the Cobra. It's the sniper that's got the Tiny Tina's design on it from, I say it as though most people will know it. But the Tiny Tina's designed weapon from the Torg DLC that had a bugged drop rate that never got patched. And so it's insanely rare for absolutely no reason. That's the one I'm talking about. We got hit with a little bit of a slow. That's fine. Happens to the best of us and me as well. I mean, I'm just kind of hitting his taint down here. I don't even, sorry, her taint. We don't misgender during Pride Month. It has horrible implications for every other month. Do not talk to me next month. You're not going to like what's going to happen. Okay, there we go. Finally broke that one down. And that gives us a chance to wail on the old face, which is probably the weak point. Date Everything demo is a tasty treat. Yeah, I figured if I'm going to play it, I'll just wait for the real game to release. Because I've already got games that I'm playing right now. So at that point, we might as well wait for the real one. But I would be down to play it. Granted, I'm worried about like what it reveals about my psyche. It's almost like too much of a pulling back the curtain. You get to see exactly what I look for. And you'll be like, oh no, he's damaged. Oh no, he's hot. You gonna limp off? I can't tell what he's doing, so I'm just kind of sorry what she's doing. So I'm just gonna kind of like chill here. That's gotta be a limp. You might say, why aren't you paintballing? I have 2 paintballs left, and I don't think it's too hard to find a Gamoth, seeing as they take up the entire map. But you should wait since the mouse trap isn't in the demo. So you're telling me there's a mouse that's a trap? Say less. My kind of game. I've been waiting for one like this. Unless, of course, we don't use that term. In which case, never mind. Granted, I was always under the impression, and maybe this goes to show that I'm the one who still has a ways to go. I was under the impression that that term more referred, because I've heard that it's like against trans people, but I don't think that it is, because I think if you use it to refer to them, then I can see that. But normally, I just think it's like to more do the cross-dresser archetype, right? That's at least that was always my understanding of it. I don't know. But I'm not as clued, I'm not on the internet as 24/7 as a lot of people. In fact, I just learned about something roughly 2-3 hours ago. I don't know. While I was on my lunch break. So it's probably a little longer than that. Like 5-ish hours ago. But so have you guys seen these things called Labubu's? I don't know if we are supposed, like, I think people are into them ironically, because they might be the ugliest little doll I have ever seen. Like, they viscerally set off a fight or flight reflex in me because they do not look right. It's the kind of thing that would be at the start of a horror movie and by the end is killing the family that moved into the house. They look atrocious. And I'm imagining we kind of, like, as a community are trying to gaslight people into thinking that they're cool. So that way, if somebody does buy one, you can point and laugh at them because they bought the stupidest looking doll of all time. And then from there, you've got like a free pass to be like, look at this dumbass wasting their money. They kind of also, because when I said this originally, I saw people in comments going, you gotta look at the right Labubus. You're probably just looking at the ugly ones. Check out this design. And every time I look them up, it's like that clip from Regular Show where they're trying to get into D&D and they hold up the book and say it's all just the same character wearing a different costume and they flip through every single page. That's all I see when I look at them. It is not an appealing look, man. They weird me out. I don't know what's going on with them. They freak me out. It feels like my soul is gonna get sucked through my body for looking at one. Like, it's the worst mistake I could ever make is seeing one of them exist. Do we have a switch axe we can make? I don't think so, right? I'm looking specifically, by the way, for a one that is made from a Gammoth. I don't think there is any we can make, though. Academy, Waxley. The Chameleos one is kind of sick. Chameleos kind of an underrated Elder Dragon, huh? I fuck with Chameleos. I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. Quick question. Did you also use your money to gamble random relics in Night Rain? I did until a point. And that point is the second that I got and unlocked... I unlocked the ability to get costumes. Now I'm saving up to get cool cosmetics for my guys. However, the part of gambling my mark that pissed me off is right after I gambled away everything I've ever known and loved. They put in a patch that went, hey, we've upped the drop rate. Hey, fuck you, man. Don't go back and down the drop rate. I don't want it to be better for future generations. That's not fair to me personally. And I can't accept that. Hyperfluid, Hyperclaws. We don't have any Hyper stuff. We don't have any Zinogre stuff to make that one upgraded. Not using that. Does it turn? It does turn to a power if we can get the golden ones. I got two good things. One that makes it so I have 2 grapples with Wilder and his ult spreads fire, so I'm happy. That would go kind of insane. I have been loving Wilder. My top 3 classes are Executor, Wilder, and Raider. I don't think you can go wrong with any of those 3 classes. My bottom 3 classes, this is for me personally, by the way, because I know what I'm about to say is going to upset some people who really like one of these characters. My bottom 3 are Recluse, Revenant, Iron Eye. If I wanted to sit back and not fight, I wouldn't have bought Elden Ring. But that's just me personally. If you want to sit back and not fight, that's fine. And then people go, I'm the kind of Iron Eye that gets up there. And then I go, okay, you get up there and you're still behind my melee class the entire time. So actually, I don't really think you are up there. And also your skill gives you so many iframes that it should be fucking illegal. You mark them to take more damage while getting iframes. That class is insanely good. Like, I don't know how it got through testing. That class is so strong. With that said, I'm never going to be upset to have one on my team because they're absolutely the hardest carry in the game. So I don't mind having one. I just personally think they're boring. I'm not trying to say the class is bad or people who play it are unskilled. I'm just saying it's not my cup of tea at all. I want to be up there mixing it up with them. Now, let's see if we get a variant of either of the other ones. And you can revive from across the entire arena. Yeah, it's kind of insane, isn't it? Yeah, when you put it that way, it does seem like it might just not be fair. All right, new stuff added to our hunter notes. Cool. Not really gonna be using it, but yeah, I've kind of been, well, I'll wait for more people. Deviant monsters, progress. Yeah. More data. You must exercise. Sure. I thought that she was gonna give us a new deviant for that one. What if I talk to you? Will you give me one? No. Okay. Well, I was hoping she'd be like, check out this deviant I found, and then that would just be that. What a girl wants. Tigrix. Fucking. They ask for more and more every day. Glavenus, Ignactor, Devil Hose, and Ogre, Celtis Queen, Rathalos, Astalos, Rajang. Oh my god. Dear lord. Wow, we have some hunts in here, huh? That's a crazy one. It's electric. Okay, well, I do know that one. A white brute or it's electric. I mean, we could do this one. I don't know. Well, first and foremost, per the usual. Also, did you do any remembrances now? I did them right up until I got walled out from doing them. Because I don't understand. I was playing Wilders and then it said I need to get a whetstone. So then I loaded into a game and I got like 5 purple whetstones. I went to every cave that I could. And then I got out of the game and I was like, okay, I got a bunch of whetstones. And then it didn't progress me forward. And then it just says, find a whetstone in Limgrave. Yeah, I found 5, dude. Fucking 5. They ended the run with 1 in my inventory, man. What more could you possibly ask from me? So I don't really understand how they work. I thought I did, and then they told me that I'm sorely mistaken and a dumb little piss baby loser. So that was kind of the end of that for me. Raiders makes a lot of sense. Raiders just beat the shit out of guys. That one adds up entirely in my mind. When you give me the quest of go kill this guy, I understand you. Mon Hunt, Generations Guild, Hub, Key Quest, Kiriniko. They know exactly what I need. Guild 1 star. Is this the... This is Monster Hunter Gen, though. This isn't Generations Ultimate. I'm looking for Generations Ultimate. At which point I don't need Village. I need Hub. Hub, I'm on 8 star, I think. Good news, there's a Samsung ad on my phone. Wow. It's marked on the map, but you have to start the expedition from the... within the remembrance, you just fight a special boss in a mine. In the bottom right that doesn't appear... Hey, fuck that, maybe? I don't know. It's just kind of like, what the hell even is that? Can I ask? That's so asinine. For what reason, might I ask? I mean, I guess obvious ones are going to be we have to do an Astalos. Of course you will. It's one of the Fated 4. We're going to have to do the Glavenus too, I imagine. It'd be crazy if they had us do the Fated 3 and then for the 4th one just said, you can skip that one. Thunder Resist S. Love to see it. What are we looking for from this one? I don't know. Lucky. If we have it. We don't even have it. I guess just give me Sriracha then. Sounds good. Goes with everything. I think it's kind of... Why would they make it so you have to start the quest from inside the remembrance? That doesn't really make sense at all to me. Because if I just start the quest, why wouldn't that work? Ascended Steep. Look. I know. But I thought you said this is your favorite Monster Hunter 4 map that they have in the game. Yeah, I think Frozen Seaway is probably better. And, like, I love this map right up until I have to go to Area 6. I think it's Area 6. It's Area 9, sorry. The second I have to step into Area 9, all bets are off and it's the worst map in the game. But up until then, or is it Area... No, it's Area 7. Sorry. Area 9's fine. This is the horrible one. Check this shit out. Go in. The whetstone becomes a relic, which also follows up attacks when using a character skill with a greatsword. Well, don't worry. I only run greatsword on Wilder anyways. I'm picking Wilder because I want to play a greatsword. Weave? Area 9 sucks the joy out of me. Area 9 is not the one that I was thinking it was. It's Area 7 that really sucks ass. Because this is a monument. They give you a Herculean task to climb this thing. Or whatever that area is. Yeah. No, don't worry. I don't blame you for forgetting the areas. I was right there with you. All right, do this. Back to axe. Woo! And then get over here. Sweep the legs. Dodge again. I was talking with, actually the same intern at work. We were talking about Monster Hunter too. I know. He plays Elden Ring and Monster Hunter. What the hell? Isn't that crazy? Two of the rarest IPs of all time. He is a new gen only. As in, well, he played Rise. He didn't play Sunbreak, but he did play Rise. So he knows some of the, like, he thought Valstrix was a new monster to Sunbreak, and he was like, I was tempted to buy it for the new Sunbreak monster, Valstrix. Little did he know, but, you know, I wasn't gonna actually him on that, because I don't really care. But we were talking, and another one of my coworkers hopped in, and we were just talking about Monster Hunter old gen versus new gen, and he was saying how he didn't really play any of the old gen, and my other coworker agreed with me that old gen was better, and we started discussing it, and he was like, well, what style was Rise? Because I really liked Rise. And I was like, it's kind of a mixture between, in my opinion, where it's old gen ideas and combat flow feels more accurate than new gen, but it's definitely new gen's map design, because you don't have like the area zones or anything like that, even though it does bring back the flooded basin from MH3, I believe, without any of the swimming zones, but that's just because obviously there is not that kind of combat in Rise, so the underwater zones wouldn't make much sense to have in there anyways. But he said that he preferred the kind of combat flow in Rise, and that Wilds feels a little too stun-locky. He said more specifically, I don't want to misquote him, he said that he really likes how Wilds feels, but sometimes it feels like he doesn't get to fight the monster because they just die before the fight starts. Which I think is a very fair complaint of Wilds. I think it's my #1 complaint, is that Wilds feels great when there is a back and forth. That's when Monster Hunter feels its best overall. Like here, I wouldn't even just say I'm pummeling the monster, even though I'm definitely dealing more damage than he is to me. There is a dance going on that I actually have to dodge for. He's not just on the ground taking my DPS, which is how it feels best. Woo, in my opinion. Which is kind of why I fuck with old gen more heavily, because it does feel... Old gen, you feel like a hunter, not a hero. New gen, you feel like a hero more than a hunter. And I don't think that that's intrinsically a bad thing. Sorry, I'm using big words to bolster my argument. But I really don't think it's intrinsically a bad thing. I just think it's a gameplay feel and what you want out of your game. And I don't think everyone will want to feel like they're the chosen one in a game called Monster Hunter. The go rock climbing area, well, I do fuck with rock climbing. Keep in mind, I've hit not high Vs, okay? I was gonna say what V I've gone up to while bouldering. The answer is not very high, because the bouldering place near me, it is around $100 a month for a membership. And like, I love bouldering. I do not love bouldering that much. So every time I go there, it's with my one friend who works for the government, so he has the money to go bouldering there. But it's the only place near me, man. And like, even their day passes are $20, which I think is a bit absurd. But it's also definitely what I'd buy over a monthly membership, because I'd probably go twice a month at most, and that just makes it more worthwhile for me. Now, I would love to cut off this tail. This guy is friends with the government. Get him. I'm friends with a government employee. Hashtag not all government employees, okay? Look, you gotta understand, he's there for the government benefits. He doesn't intrinsically, sorry, I'm using intrinsically a lot to sound smart, also because I'm sleep deprived. But he doesn't like agree. Well, Astalos plate obtained. Just fucking, you dropped that thing on the ground, man? Astalos, my goat. What the hell? So you'd rather go up against the odds instead of feeling like a hero? Yes. Exactly. And I think old school Monster Hunter kind of more envelops the idea of You're a guy that's hunting, not you're a hero that's hunting. And I think the proof that new gen is way more you're the hero of legend who will save everything can be found directly in Monster Hunter Iceborne, where you are the hunter that kills Fatalis. The original Fatalis that's been terrorizing everything. You're the one who kills him. Not some legendary hunter who's been talked about in Legends. You, the player, are the legendary hunter who can fell the Black Dragon on your own. In previous games, I know what you're thinking. Didn't you beat Fatalis? Yes, but he like regenerates. You're not the one who actually slays him. You more fend him off than you do kill him. At least that's my understanding as somebody who has not played all of the old ones. And so I think that kind of difference really shows that Capcom was going for more of a you are the hero of legend. In fact, I've come to realize I just hate hero of legend tropes. Why? So, here's another example. One Piece is turning into a hero of legend story. In my opinion. Every single time Luffy does something, they say how this was talked about in a poneglyph ages ago, and how like, what the fuck are you doing here, man? Who invited you to the party? Wow, I'd love to get a carve going on that tail, on that juicy, juicy tail. But now I got this fucker to deal with. Now, what do I do here? It's a sticky situation we find ourselves in. I'm just gonna carve this and hope they don't hit me. I actually got it. That's so massive for me. For a fella like me, a guy like me, that's so huge. In the case of Worlds and Wilds, you're already an experienced hunter, even more in Wilds. Yeah, especially with the, like, it's a cool moment, don't get me wrong. Spoilers for the end of Wilds, by the way, if you're about to play that game and you're like, hey, don't spoil. There's a moment at the end where your hunter says, by my own order, I give myself the right to kill Zoshia. Now, is that a cool moment? Yeah, it's like a cinema moment, right? Like where you're looking at the camera and you're like, I'm just fucking him that hard. Pause. No, actually, full frontal. Anyways, but it's also showing that you as the player are above the guild and you're more special than any other hunter because you can authorize your own hunts because you're just that strong and that much better than all the other hunters, which doesn't, to me, narratively feel good because it almost makes it feel like it's not my accomplishments. It's not that I've climbed the ranks of a hunter. It's that my guy is just like that him, genetically bred in a lab to be him, which doesn't, I don't feel satisfied by that. To be fair, we aren't allowed to do that. Alma lied for us. Yeah, but also people, when we get back, are like, wow, I can't believe you were able to slay him and find your own solution. You're so smart for that, hee hee. And it's like, that shouldn't be the case. It doesn't feel right to me. Or I guess it doesn't feel satisfying to me. It feels like hero of legend, myth, you're the hunter talked about. The one who could save us all. And I don't like that as much as just like, I'm a guy who wants to hunt monsters to help the people. That's also why I kind of like the village in Rise. Even though Rise is new gen, I like that it was just like a village of hunters and you were a hunter in a village of hunters. And you weren't viewed as insanely special, at least from what I remember. Like I said, I never played Sunbreak and I didn't finish all of Rise. Why? I believe it came out at a point in my life when I just wasn't playing as many games. So I just never ended up finishing it. But I remember feeling not that special and just like another hunter amongst all of them. Old Gen, you were a bozo that had to start in the gutter? Yeah. You're pretty normal in Rise Break. That's what I thought. I thought it was like, you're not that special. You're just like, you're a hunter in this village of hunters. So even though you're strong, so are the villagers around you. But, yeah, I don't know. Hero of Legend stuff, it just never sits right with me. I don't digest it well. Because it makes every accomplishment I do not feel special to me when they go, oh my god, you're the chosen one and you're the special one. Because then who cares that I did it? Of course I would. I'm the special one. That's what the story says will happen. That's why I like this is like a complete non sequitur, but I like the story of Dragon Quest XI. Because it's set up like you're the hero, you're the special one, and then you finally climb the world tree of Yggdrasil and you fail, and then the world gets plunged into darkness and it's your fault. But then it's obviously the story to fix the world from there. However, I like the idea that just because you're the hero of legend doesn't mean you're going to succeed. You're the hero of legend. Work to prove that you deserve to be the hero of legend. And I like that way more. Gold crown small, by the way. Let's go. In Freedom Unite, there's an NPC hunter that trash talks your ass for being terrible. Yeah, I mean, in 4U, the like ace hunter of the guild talks to the caravaner and is like, "Are you fucking this is the dude you chose? Are you out of your goddamn mind?" And until you prove yourself by helping fend off Gormagala, not kill, fend off. After you do that, he's like, "All right, my fault. Emotions were running high." I shouldn't. We all said some things we regret, me more so than anybody else, but he had to hit the Magnus Carlsen after slamming the desk where he's like, "Hey man, you know I didn't mean all that." That's why I also love the Caravaner, because the Caravaner, he's your #1 hype man throughout all of 4. Everybody else is like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and the Caravaner's like, "Come on, bud." I picked you up. I saw on that sand skiff. Let's go. Caravaner is the man. I know, he's one of my favorite characters. I love him so much. I don't think he's reappeared yet, right? Not to be confused with the character The Man. Yo, so I was talking about this a little bit on my Isaac stream. Now that we have more people here, I would like to, more Monster Hunter fans here, I'd like to reiterate this idea. What do you guys think about me playing backwards through the games and then hopping to World? So after I'm done G rank here, we go back and do all of 4 Ultimate. Then we do all of Tri / I can't remember what the Ultimate one of 3 was. It might have just been 3U. I don't remember 100%. Then we do Freedom Unite all the way back to Monster Hunter 1. He's probably old as hell, looking fabulous. Dude, wouldn't it be so sick if in Wilds he was like lovingly stroking a picture of the camera? If I miss him. I miss this guy. But Fabius is definitely still alive. I don't know which other ones we'd have to do. Is there should be a Glavenus one. There is. From Beyond the Souls. Are there any other Glavenus ones? Is there one that's like just a Glavenus? I mean, there's Duel in the Volcanic Hollow. There's also Master of the Molten Deep. Both are V Hollow? Shit. You're going to hate yourself playing one? Yes. Sounds like a cool idea. Depends on how cool, or depends on how long the older games are. But this would be like, just so I have content for years, man. In fact, this is like a little sneak peek. I'm really bad at editing, so that's why I'm kind of just saying it and throwing it out there as an idea. So hopefully it motivates me to do it. I'm gonna do like a retrospective on each of the games after I finish them. Like a compiled down, I have all of the footage from each and every one of my Generation streams, and I want to compile down my entire experience to like a 1.5 hour video on YouTube talking about Generations, and then going back from there, and we'll keep going back with each and every one and do like a full retrospective, because I see a lot of takes about Monster Hunter that I don't know if I agree with online. Specifically about new gen versus old gen versus like game feel then, game feel now. I'd love to be able to like back it up with proof and be like, check this, here's my retrospective on this one. What did I think? What did I like? What did I not like? Now, Generations, what is there that I don't like right now? Yeah, that's a fucking hard one, man. Because the only stuff I really don't like are just some monsters' designs, and that's not on Generations. That's on the fact that a lot of these monsters are brought back and not good. It's not really Generated. They could only do so much. All right. They started us in the one and only room that I can imagine myself fighting this guy in. Weave? Okay, well, you know. I said weave, it didn't do much. Can you cut off his tail? Surely not, right? It feels too important to him as an individual. Okay, sure. Fair. Fair roar. Oh, he's enraged. Woo! Okay, how about we just get hit anyways, What do we think about that? I don't know what he's doing over there. Sharpness at maximum? Thanks, that's not really what it was for. Okay, I just wanted to roll more so I can get my sharpness up, obviously. Not everybody would be able to understand it. I think that'd be my #1 issue if I wanted to do a video like that, is I'm really bad about, I think, leveling criticism against something that I like. And I think I want to be too kind to games that I enjoy, which isn't really an objective look, I would say. But still, I think it could be fun. Also, I want to edit more, because all I ever edit right now are shorts, and I think my shorts editing has actually gotten a lot better. I've recently been doing like a little, I'm sure you've seen it. You better have. I've been doing like a weave effect where I have the rounded corners to help make the rat stand out there and all that kind of stuff. I've been changing up the way that I have captions pop up. I've experimented with a couple fonts, but I just feel like the font that I have is such an easy readable font. And like, while there are other fonts that are cool, in fact, I was thinking of doing the Yakuza 0 font, just because I really like the font face for it. I felt like it was very unreadable because it's a display one. The views have been steadily increasing. I think it's because I've been consistent. YouTube seems to love consistency more than anything else. They don't give a shit what you post as long as you're consistent with whatever it is. Consistent but not spamming is what I've noticed. Because like, there are some people who post 4 or 5 shorts a day. We call them brain rotted beyond belief in the industry. Woo, okay. I wanted to get hit there. Why? If you don't give your opponent a reason to keep fighting, they'll quit. And when he hit me there, you could tell he thought that he was back in this. He's not. He can't even, I don't even know what he's aiming at there, man. All right, good shit. Go into this, follow up with a swap. Weave, okay. He'd miss anyways. Would you kill him? Nah, I'd miss. Yeah, that's right. We got JJK brain rot around here. That used to be popular. Can you guys remember it? I actually don't. I don't know. I'm excited for JJK Season 3, even though I've been told I shouldn't be. Why have I been told I shouldn't be? I've been told that after the Shibuya arc, Gege is not writing what he used to. Oh, he was just sharpening. I was waiting for him to do the attack, so. But yeah, I've just been told it's not as good after Shibuya. It has its highs. Okay. Noticing you're not talking about the lows. Any potential reason for that? Would you say that even though after where we're at right now has its highs, would you say that it is likely the peak was what was happening in the Shibuya arc? You don't have to say 100%. You can feel that he had to pump them out faster. Him and me both. No. Okay. Good. 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 I was very worried about how he was going to land the transition from the time skip, mainly because I can't think of any media where I've liked the time skip. And again, caveat, big asterisks on this one. If it's a time skip where a narrative continues afterwards. A time skip to like show time passing at the end of a movie for like an ending, or the end of a series to show what happened afterwards or something like that. That is very different from a time skip that's, hey, we're 10 years in the future now, and also it's the same characters, and get ready for the second half of the show. And this one is a minor time skip, so Japan and minors. Story-wise, hidden inventory arc is peak. Action, definitely Shibuya. Okay. Shibuya had some great action scenes. I mean, what was his name? Jogo? Jogo versus Sukuna goes so hard. I love that fight. Woo! Okay, wait, let's actually dodge better. By dodge better, I mean, like, actually dodge the attack. Or don't. You didn't have to. I left it as an option for a reason. Thank God he was focused on oats there. You don't mind if I just drink this, do you? You can just say yes, man. Time skipping JJK is pretty natural. Okay. I'll say it. One of the worst time skips I've ever seen is Fairy Tales. If you defend Fairy Tales time skip, I don't know what's going on with you, man. I don't know if you have a good home life at that point. Fairy Tales time skip made me drop the show. It was one of the only, because this was back when I would like watch anything, right? I mean, just absolutely any show that was put on in front of me. I'm feasting it up and I'm watching every single episode. Fairy Tale had a time skip. Yeah, you don't remember the guild? They come back. It was like there was an alternate reality that then led into a time skip or something. Again, I watched this show when I was like 13. But there was like an alternate reality they went to where they then came back and it was a time skip where the guild and all of the original members were way older. And then also it was right after they did that in the anime, they then put you on a 30 episode filler arc about Lucy's sister that had never been mentioned. And the second they did that, it was the first time I had ever closed out of a show and said, I'm done. I had to look myself in the eyes and say, you don't want to watch this. And that's okay. Also, I don't know how he possibly could have gotten this far away. I know I didn't have him marked up. I put away my psycho serums. How does this happen to me? How do I always... I swear I had psycho serums. I never even put them back in my... It's fine. It's fine. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm a sucker for friendship tropes. I did... Some people said it was stupid. I thought it was a funny gag that Natsu's motion sickness was not triggered on Happy because Happy isn't a vehicle. Happy's a friend. I thought that was a very funny gag. The motion sickness gimmick in general, did I get tired of it? I got a little bit tired of they're fighting somebody, Natsu's fighting normally, and then they reveal, did you know we're on a moving vehicle this time? And then Natsu all of a sudden is motion sick because now he knows they're on a vehicle. They did that trope like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, all right, the first time it was moderately funny. Now, you gotta hang it up, man. You can't keep doing the same slapstick routine. The people know. I gotta change. Did it change weapons? I don't think so. Oh, it totally did. Now that's huge. Okay, okay. But yeah, no, it's a little bit too much of playing the classics for me. Woo! Okay, that still hit me. Sure, why not? Yeah. I mean, everyone deserves it. Oh, you were just sharpening. Sorry, I really thought that you were trying to kill me. I thought you and I were like battling to the death or something. That missed? Wow. Great motion by him. Ring doorbell going off. Motion detected. Holy, what a guy. All right, all right. Step forward. I'm just kidding, man. You know me. That one always hits me. He delays it so hard. Dude, just learn that he delays. Just learn that he delays, man. Oh? Did somebody just break your little tail a little bit? I'm sorry, man. I gotta learn not to shit talk insanely large, angry dinosaurs. Glavenus would have absolutely soloed the Paleolithic era, by the way. I'll say it. Paleolithic era power scalers have no clue what to do when Glavenus shows up, for sure. Because, like, what the fuck's a Spinosaurus supposed to do? He keeps getting downscaled by scientists, and now he'd have to fight a guy like Glavenus? I'm sorry, Spinosaurus believers, you're in shambles. It is... I think we have to stop scientists. I don't care if it's more historically accurate how the Spinosaurus is looking every single time they re-render him. You can't keep killing his aura. Spinosaurus had so much aura as a dinosaur, largely in part to Jurassic Park 3, for sure. But still, he had so much aura, and now they just keep redesigning him to say, by the way, actually, the truth is, he just kind of looked like a weird, fleshy guy. No, he didn't. He looked awesome. All right? My goat, my king would not do that. My king will not. My soldiers do not yield. What are we even looking for breaks at this point? We broke tail. We broke head X2. Gonna run away? Sure are. Okay, well, that's fine, that's fine. We got another part break here, probably another large wyvern tier if I had to guess. No, just a normal one. I think most recent series slash anime I quit was Black Clover. I just can't watch it. I simply have a hatred against the main character to a point where it makes the series unwatchable. Yeah, that's what I decided after episode 2. And like, no shade, but you wanna know what it feels like? Obviously, shonen is a genre largely made for a younger audience. Largely. There are some that I think can transcend that and all that kind of stuff, right? But I think you would be insane to say it's not largely made for a younger audience. Black Clover was the first one I ever watched where I felt like this is made for kids especially, because the volume of the voice acting was so loud that I could tell this is just made to like put kids into a comatose state. I've been told that the voice acting gets better, but unfortunately, just like find it hard to care that much. Plus, the series didn't like grip me with its premise. It does get better. Yeah, I'm sure it does, but like the Grimoire premise also didn't really grip me that hard, so I was just kind of cool with dropping it. I have heard the other one that I couldn't personally stand was, and I've heard that it was made by the same, I believe it was made by the same person that made Soul Eater, was Fire Force. I've been told Fire Force has some great moments, and I've seen that one character who uses Excalibur, and I think Excalibur is sick as hell and all that kind of stuff, right? But, whew, sorry, I just had to make sure I timed that one. That one character who fights in like a bikini and is a cat girl is just like too much for me. I've got a level of fan service where I'm like, it's acceptable. The cat girl fire bikini, I don't know. Now, granted, I've got a bias against that because I'm not 100% sure, and I might be wrong. I've just got a feeling with how a lot of shonen anime works that the cat girl who wears a bikini all the time is a minor. That's just my guess. It just kind of feels like they love doing that in anime. Now, I might be wrong, and if I am wrong, I'll eat my hat on that one. I will. But it was just the vibe I got. With that said, the one Excalibur guy was cool as hell. I've seen a couple scenes of him being like, wait a minute, I'm right-handed. And I was like, okay, this guy's aura farming as hell. He's awesome. Uragon is here. Kill me with a gun. What is his ass doing here? Did someone say Fire Force? Look, my main interest in Fire Force was because it was the same creator as Soul Eater. And I do really like Soul Eater. But also, hello, Sen. I hope you're having a good day. Moderators, can we get a shout out for Senato? Using full legal name if possible. Not just shouting out Senato without the last name. Of course, I do know how to pronounce the last name. I just think that, like, you know. I mean, it was what drew me to Fire Force at first, too. I looked it up. She is 17. I fucking knew it. It was just like a sense I had. I saw the design and I was like, I know mangakas. There's no shot this character's of age. I'm fighting a fucking Goodwheel tire and the hot knife from all those YouTube videos, man. This is not fair. This is an insane matchup. I'm gonna get carded. Oh, fuck me. I mean, don't you guys have like a common enemy? Surely. You have to. You have to. Yeah, the Soul Eater was one that I never finished watching because the person I started watching it with, they're here in this very chat, actually, started watching it with me, and then about 40-ish episodes in, they went, okay, I'm bored of watching this, and then I never went back to watching it. It doesn't help that the reason she gets naked, look, man, I know this is gonna be, before I read it, I'll say it. There's gonna be some shit like the My Hero creator saying, no, Momo Yaozuri, whatever her name was, has to have the boob window in her costume because it helps with her creation powers. But dear viewer, I assure you. You have to understand, she wouldn't be able to create as good if not with boob window. Woo! But hold on, I will read it. It's just right now, Glavenus is kind of taking up a little bit of my attention. This guy's a fight and a half. I do enjoy fighting Glavenus extensively, though. I could have dodged that. I definitely could have dodged that. Oh, damn. I know that one hurt. Holy, he was reeling. Much like a fisherman. I'm surprised that was not. Thieves. I'm surprised that wasn't his grab attack. It really felt like he was about to start laying into me right after it. Not that I'd be against a Glavenus laying on me. Okay, well, missed the dodge. I've been missing a lot. This brief intermission brought to you by Glavenus pushing our hitbox. All right, just take this on in. Yeah, so Sen, how are you today? That's true. That's what I should be asking as the streamer. So Sen, how are you today? Remobras, I don't fuck with you. You're kind, I don't fuck with them personally. That might be the worst endemic life in the entire game. I hate them so much. I hate, oh, they make my blood boil. Why is Aragon back, man? Why the fuck you invite him to the cookout again, Glavenus? Get him out of here. Solar Bursa obtained. What the fuck does that mean? I'm bursing it. I'm straight up bursing it. Okay, now we gotta find him again. Aragon, don't walk over here and roar while I'm climbing. It's all I ask. Please. Oh, it doesn't knock me off. Okay. I thought my guy was going to grab both of his ears and just fall off that. I accidentally tapped up on the D-pad. Well, this is just an embarrassing day. Wow, this is my worst hunt so far. It's okay. It had to happen eventually. Glavenus is a hard monster. As shown off by the fact that he has a great sword triple the size of my body. He should be right here. Yup. Alright. He's about to roar. No, he's not. Okay. I'm good. How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, I'm a little sleep deprived. I'll make the exact same joke I made before. Just because I think it was really funny. So, like, making the same joke twice in a row. Comedy comes in threes. Much like the one character in Fire Force. No, but I'm a little tired because I had to stand outside of a Best Buy until midnight so I could grab my Switch 2, and I had to punch a bunch of soccer moms in the face in front of their crying children just to make sure I could get mine. So no, that's not really the reason. The true and actual reason is I haven't been able to sleep well recently. I've been having some real restless nights. So apologies on like, it's also why shorts haven't really been coming out as consistent because whew, I'm just not sleeping well, so I don't really have the drive for it. Quest complete. We have cut off his tail. Now that is kind of fucking sick with it. That's so, I love the way it kind of just gets lodged in the ground. That's so sick. I'm also doing good. Hope you're not playing comp. Me too, for your sake. Friends don't let their friends play Marvel Rival competitive or League of Legends competitive. That's considered a cry for help around these parts. I know what that means, okay? It means it's not going well. Can I tell you my honest to God truth? I normally end up playing tank in Marvel Rivals, right? I think tank is probably the least populated role. People like to act like it's support, and I think when the game launched it was support, but I truly believe now tank is the least popular role. This meta of flyers everywhere, holy shit, does tank feel unplayably dog ass. It is so not fun to play tank right now. And it's really just driving me away from enjoying the game currently. Because, like, I think that it's good diverse metas pop up, right? We do have finally a flyer meta. And flyer players are probably very happy about that. However, I'm not a flyer player. and I kind of fucking hate it. Because, dear Lord, can I do nothing. It's led to me picking up Punisher in my free time. Why? Because at least then all I have to do is track the flyers, which is easy as hell, and you get to punish them. You get to punish their naughty, naughty ways. Nice fire breath is what I would say if it hit me. Nice outfit. Where did you get it? The toilet store? Sorry, I'm just trying to really drive home my insults towards him. He's fighting right near where his tail was, remembering what once was, before the snip. Me post-vasectomy, walking back into the clinic before the snip. Woo! Okay, okay. Weave. Weave. Fuck, man. Sorry, I'm really locked in right now. I just don't want to die to him at the end. If I ever see you on League Comp, I will fly to you and pull out the computer. I mean, good. That's what proves that somebody cares. Yeah, I've won. You guys ever have that friend who, like, copes really hard about how good they are at a game when they're just, like, not insanely good? Because I have a friend who plays Yasuo in League of Legends, okay? And I was talking with him the other day because we were playing Night Rain together. And he was saying how he's been playing ranked because one of our other friends wants to play League ranked with him. And he was saying how, like, dude, if I just spammed Yasuo every game, I would climb so high. But I find it boring to play the same character over and over. Like, no shade or whatever. But I checked his win rate on Yasuo in competitive, and he was sitting at a 21% win rate. I just don't think that he would be climbing that much if he just spammed Yasuo. I didn't want to say it in the moment. I was like, yeah, no, I feel that. If I spam the same character, I lose my mind too. Because that's true. I have to play different characters. I get really bored playing the same character in a game. I just got here. Please don't leave me, man. Please don't. Michael, don't leave me. All right, we're fine. We're fine. But like, because I do, so I was just like, you know what? I'll just return the sentiment. But like, how do you help someone like that? Because you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. The statistics prove it, man. And like, it's okay to not be. In fact, not being good at League is better than being good at League. I promise you. Anybody who's good at League feels morally obligated to grind ranked for 47 hours out of every 24-hour day. So it's even better if you just aren't good at League, because you don't have to delude yourself with the idea of I should be playing 40 million hours of rank to hit my true rank. Quote, the Silver 4 player. I actually don't remember. Does it just go to 3 in League? I don't remember the ranking system almost at all. I know that there's 3, 2, 1. I don't remember. I think D1 is better than, I think it goes to D4. Yeah, I think D4 is the lowest. I don't think you go to D5. Starts at 4, or yeah, it starts at 4, used to be 5. Yeah, it was 5 until they added Emerald, I believe. Emerald is what I think changed it, so they went to 4 for everything. I don't know if they have another rank aside. You don't maining Yasuo is an incurable illness. Oh, don't worry. I've said that to him. Sometimes when I play with him, I ban Yasuo, just so I don't have to worry about it. I peaked at Bronze 1. I'm gonna drop a truth nuke on you right now. An orbital strike of truth is incoming. The worse you are at League of Legends, the more fun the game is. High rank League of Legends is so insanely boring to both play and, in my opinion, watch. Because it's everybody just looking at one person and saying this person is the reason we are all failing. Getting Grandmaster shaved 20 years off my lifespan. So my peak of all time is Diamond. And I could have probably pushed higher. And I know that that's the cope answer. But like, I actually do think I could have pushed higher. However, I just don't enjoy playing ranked League of Legends. the fuck are these? Keizu, Hyper Investigation, the Keizu in the Shadow, Miasma Attack. Do I care about any of these? I feel like I could reach gold, but Ranked League is super depressing. It's just not fun. The only way I think you have to adjust your mind to play Ranked League. You have to think to yourself, I'm playing this game because I want to improve, not because I want to rank up. If you free yourself from the shackles of, I need to hit the next rank, you can have some enjoyment. However, even then, it's so hard to look at some of them and go, man, what am I supposed to do? When the best part of me is always you, yeah. No, but what am I supposed to say? I'm all choked up and you're okay. But what are you supposed to do when you look back and say, damn, I want to improve as a player, but there's nothing I could have done. This game's agency was out of my command. They drop hyper resources, which weapons need for higher level up. Hyper Hunter 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got a couple of those I'm noticing. Hyper Hunter 2 if I want to do this one. I'm playing some quick play with Almost at the moment. Also, bro, yeah. Are you going to talk about my Yasuo main friend? Because don't worry, you can say whatever you want. This is a safe place. We can all make fun of Yasuo players together. They're the long sword mains of League of Legends, okay? They can take it. They're used to being made fun of anyways. God, that is a sick one, though. It's so unfair how weapons like this just get to use whatever they want. And they don't have to worry about, oh, it's the wrong file type, so I can't use it, man. I just fucking broke a Psylocke spin his thing, just as she started ulting. And I'm fucking cackling. Dude. But okay, can I ask a question? You're playing Thing, right? How do you feel? How do you feel when oh, spine? I thought you just meant you stopped their spin move as in their ultimate. So how do you feel when there's 4 flyers on the enemy team? Because I don't think there is one. Master's just miserable, and the light beyond the tunnel that is Grandmaster turns out to be more tunnels. There's no escape. Yes. And even when you eventually hit Challenger, if you do all of the work to hit Challenger, do you want to know what you realize? This shit is just Grandmasters again. You're back in the exact same place you started. Nothing has changed aside from the happiness and light that was once in your eyes is gone. And you just have to accept it. You have to sit there and be like, damn. All of that work, what did it get me? The answer was nothing. Let's do an Agnactor while we're at it. Why not? I'm gonna dip. I hope you two have fun. See you. No, Dan, thank you for stopping by. So what do I think about fighting Agnactor? It's horrible. Finally, a streamer who isn't afraid to say it like it is. Prevents damage from environmental effects. Why not? Then we don't have to even worry about cold drinks. Just give me the, yeah, fur coating. That should stop it, right? I would say it's an environmental effect that it's hot out. I might be wrong, though. We have enough cool drinks on us, so we're fine anyways. All right, Agnactor. You guys loved hunting in Volcanic Hollow last time. Hey, DJ. Play that shit louder. You know the second verse? How would you feel if it was the exact same as the first? I'm still taking damage. Well, that just doesn't seem fair to me. That just doesn't seem right at all. Preventing damage from lava. I think that heat, to me, counts as an environmental damage effect. Clearly the game disagrees, and that's okay. Woo! Oh, wouldn't that have been so sick? Dodge. Now we gotta break through his armor. Hold. Woo! Get back in there. Agnactor is kind of like a fucker. I didn't know if that was gonna hit me or not. I felt like I dodged it, but I was, you know, give it about a 50-50 of it actually working. Son of a bitch. God damn, does he have active hitboxes. Agnactor does not let up. What's the community's thoughts on Agnactor? Do people like this guy? Because if so, I'll hold my thoughts. But no, I'm not gonna hold my thoughts. Fuck Agnactor, man. His fight sucks. Why am I doing it? Because I want to make the Agnactor weapon. And that's the part of me that's the most messed up of all. Is knowing I hate him, hate his fight, would hate to farm more of him, and still going, God, I want that weapon. Because it would be a power file fire weapon, and we don't have those. You might say make the Glavenus weapon. Yeah, tell me why that shit's elemental. Somebody at Capcom really looked at Glavenus and said, this is an elemental monster, not a power-based one, surely. And that's the worst part of all. Okay. I like him if you think he's terrible. His ice version's 50 times worse. Okay. That's good. That really does inspire a lot of confidence. Do you want to know how I dodged that one? It's called hopes and prayers, baby. And people say they do nothing. Did you leave zones? Oh, fucker. You were behind me the whole time? Oh, shit. This attack, huh? There we go. Mount him, ride him, make him yours. Shit, hold on. Hold on for dear life. Don't give your date the ick by falling off the rodeo ride that you wanted to do. You can't take her to a mechanical bull place and then fall off the bull. It's the biggest aura loss of all time. It's very important that I stay on. I mean, how am I even supposed to? You might be saying, what am I aiming for? I have to destroy his beak to get the beak drop. How am I supposed to destroy this beak? He moves oh so much. We got King Julian over here, the way this guy likes to move it. Hi guys, hello, welcome in. You might say, how'd you do that? You didn't even really glance. What can I say? Going cross-eyed helps in moments like these. Now, some would say you should just try to dodge Agnactor more. I don't think it's gonna work out anyways. He hits me if he wants to. Much like, well, I don't know if everyone's gonna get that. Woo, damn. I was gonna reference Marvin from Petscop, by the way, but I don't know if everyone's seen Petscop. If you haven't seen Petscop, do yourself a favor. Probably one of my favorite horror ARGs that's out there. Now, granted, I think Petscop's first half is better than its second half. I kind of think the creator of Petscop wasn't expecting it to blow up as hard as it did. And it's kind of like the issue of how do you keep a series going and interesting. So I really like the early parts of Petscop. The later parts I don't hate or anything. I just kind of feel like I'm losing the plot in the later parts. Seeing what I once loved turning slowly into a husk of like the ideas that were presented in the first half. Pretty Little Sen. Oh, I love that show. Pretty Little Liars, dude. Hell yeah. Put that shit on right after Degrassi showing my favorite actor, Drake. I'm sure he hasn't been in any problematic scandals or anything. Wonder how him and Millie Bobby Brown are doing. I know that, like, technically, like, Drake heads will tell you that nothing bad happened between Millie Bobby Brown and Drake. All he was doing was giving her dating advice. But I can't imagine myself now giving, like, a 15-year-old I don't know dating advice, let alone in 10 years from now, giving a 15-year-old I don't know dating advice. Also, I'd be out of the loop, because, like, dude, what could Drake's knowledge possibly have helped her with? Kid's now like Paw Patrol or some shit. He doesn't know anything about Paw Patrol, I'd imagine. Alright, going under again. Laser Agnactor due to dumbass ice armor that never wears off. Woo! Yeah, but I bet if you use like a fire weapon, it's not that bad, right? Just like if you use a water weapon, you can cool his magma armor or something, or like break through it easier. Weave. And also, I've made the reference every single time. I'm gonna make it again. This guy is absolutely based off of Ice Age 2, where the Earth starts getting flooded, and there's the two evil shark gut. Hold on. I've referenced it enough that I'll just go download an image of it so I can pull it up. And also, I could also get very embarrassed here if it looks nothing like it. Ice Age 2 antagonists. Oh, I'm so right. Oh, I've never felt more vindicated in my life. This guy is just 100%. What the hell is his name? Yeah, Cretaceous. Cretaceous. Okay, Cretaceous. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's like based off the era or something. All right, check this shit out. Hold on. What image is this that I have up here? Oh, it's just a random picture of Coca-Cola. All right, we can change that one to a different one. Fucking tell me that this is who I'm fighting, man. The Ice Age 2 antagonist. I'm fighting to protect Sid the Sloth and Manny the Mammoth here. That's what we're going for. Okay. Armor that wears off and you bounce off even with purple sharpness. I'll probably be somewhat fine though, because I can just go into my sword mode, and in sword mode, I get Mind's Eye effect. I don't have any food to up my stamina. Now, some people will tell you that that is a misplay. I'm gonna tell you right now that yes, it is. Wow, I had to cover my ears from here? What large roar do you have? Oh, you smacked the shit out of me after the roar was over. That was just because you wanted to, man. I'm gonna report you to HR for that. That can't be right. Oh, fuck. I'm getting hit. I'm not getting hit. Get in there. Show him what for. And just, like, don't even bother hitting his beak. Why? You can't. It's not physically possible to hit the beak. So the sooner you accept that, the better. And then go for the beak. I was trying to lure him into a false sense of security where he thought I wouldn't go for it. Little did he know, I want that beak so bad, man. It's like the only thing I need from him. I wonder if I used traps, if it would be better. If we tried to trap him, maybe then he would just show off his beak. Okay, good shit. Now, I'm still just letting that one rip, even though it didn't really hit him much. With the rationale of, holy shit, do I need to get some damage going? How am I still burning? Oh, my cool drink is worn off. Oh, you know what? That would probably do it. Yeah, fair enough. All right. He's popping out. He's gonna go for an attack, probably run at me in a straight line if I had to guess. That's how you know an actor doesn't celebrate pride. This guy only runs in straight lines. Not me. Curvaceous, gay, and or Twinkie lines. Just gonna move over here real quick. Just gonna keep running in circles. He can't hit me. I'm the matador. He is but this foolish bull. He has no clue what is happening. All right, he lands. Get back. Keep hitting him here. I'm hoping that, like, maybe we can chop off his tail. That would go crazy for me. Never mind. I was just messing around. You know me. Little old me, I would never try to harm anybody. I could never hurt a fly. I am, by the way, earlier I referenced the Switch 2, right? I think I'm gonna get a Switch 2 in like 2-3 weeks. Because my boss had like a Switch 2 from a friend that he was gonna buy, but then he kind of looked at the launch release stuff and said, I'm just gonna wait a couple months to get it, but he's still gonna buy it and just let me buy it off him at MSRP, so I don't have to get scalped. Granted, looking at the release titles for the Switch 2, I wouldn't have got scalped anyways. The Mario Kart World, yes, it looks fun. I don't think I need it. My life isn't gonna change overnight because I have Mario Kart World. I'm happy I'm going to be getting one, but I was not out here trying to make sure I had one day one. In fact, my plan was just gonna be like, let Nintendo decide if I get one, because I signed up for that. They'll email you if you get approved for one. Pretty sure Nintendo sent out a total of 3 emails, so unfortunately I was not one of the 3 people to get a Switch directly from Nintendo. Like, it's insane. Nintendo said, don't worry, to combat scalping, we're directly selling the Switch 2s ourselves and sending you, the loyal customer, a link to pick yours up if you have supported us and bought Nintendo Online. I pay for the worst online system of all time, Nintendo's Online. And you want to know what I get in return? Not an email. That's so fucked up. I mean, it's got to be close, right? Damn. We've got our trap here. This is so fucked. Weave. Okay. Go in. Just get some big damage. Big D. Why, yes, it is. Fuck you, man. I felt like I was going crazy style on it. God, he is just so terrifying now, isn't he? Okay. I got hit by one of the baby ones, huh? Please. Just, like, fall into it. I gotta get rid of these. How? How? Okay. Thank God. I'm like, you're standing directly on it. There has to be some kind of divine act that must allow me to hit you. I mean, it wasn't damage on the beak. Ooh! That has to be beak broken, right? If I have to keep hitting it even more than that, I don't know how much more I've got in it. It's worth mentioning. Yeah, sorry, I haven't read the full message. I just saw something like next game on Switch 2. I think you're very likely correct because it should be the B team that's making the next game, right? And I'll say it. I kind of think the B team solos the A team. The B team feels like they have a devoted love for the history of Monster Hunter, whereas the A team feels like they want to do just like the world wild style of like, this is what people will love. Which I don't disrespect. I get you give the people what they want and the people are happy. It's just not necessarily what I want. Which is fine. I don't have to be the person catered to all the time. I understand there's like a whole market of research and they're definitely doing what's better for Monster Hunter as a franchise, even if it's not exactly what I want. I'm not gonna throw a fit about that. I get it. Market research says I'm the 1%, so I'm not gonna get catered to. And that's fine. Woo! My hand doesn't have to be held at all times. So yeah, I'm happy to get my Switch 2. I'm just like, I think there's a lot of good reason to be skeptical for it. Because it is soothing roll. Thanks, man. Half heal, half roll. So true. Me when I have one of those Hawaiian rolls. Heals the soul. Like second ingredient in it is butter. Ooh, okay. But you know, I definitely understand being like, I don't want to get a Switch 2 yet because I just don't think it's going to be worth the money. You're so valid for that. I have no clue when and or if Nintendo will make it worth your money. But I'm just happy to have one because look, as much as I love to clown on them, I would still say I'm probably a bit of a Nintendo fanboy. I mean, like, they made so many of the games that defined what I view gaming as. And so, despite me agreeing that some of the prices are egregious and stuff like that, right? I'm still gonna be supporting them. I had one friend, this pissed me off, man. Because I hate people who are inconsistent and then take a moral high ground. Why? He was saying how he's not going to buy a Switch 2 because he doesn't want to support Nintendo's pricing practices. Now, is this a based thing to do? I think that if you're consistent with your morals, yes. This same friend bought the Dragon expansion for WoW right as it released and played through all of it. Dude, that was right after Blizzard was exposed for having the worst working environment of all time, still had the exact same CEO, and he was still giving money to the kinds of environment that enabled that to happen. So, like, I don't want to, just say you don't want to buy it because it's expensive. That's fine. You can just say, I'm not buying it, not because I don't want to support the idea of this. You're fine with supporting bad ideas. You supported what Blizzard did. Oh, yeah, no, that's double standards. Yeah, I'm like, look, if you don't want to buy a Switch 2, I'm not saying you have to support or agree with what Nintendo does. But don't act like it's a moral grandstand the reason that you're not buying it. Just say that, like, it's too expensive for me, so I don't really care for it. That's completely valid. Saying that, like, I'm trying to set a good standard for gaming going forward. No, you aren't. You're trying to... You don't like that this one affects your wallet more, which is fine. But, like, at least be honest about it. I don't care. I'm not saying you have to get down on your hands and knees and say, thank you, Shigeru Miyamoto, for all that you have done for me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just have a little consistency with your beliefs about how the games are going to be going forward, or where your wallet and its money is going towards. Vote with your wallet, motherfuckers, when they drop a bikini skin for their favorite waifu in a game. You have to understand. Of course, I will vote with my wallet. This is me voting that I want more. Now, he's probably going to pop up here, which he did. But that's fine, because he does this attack, and then we can just start wailing on his back. And with Demon Riot too, oh man, are we getting some damage on him. Weave. All right, all right. I would love to get that soft, supple belly. Okay, okay, very lucky that we got a break there. Dude, holy. Weapon power decrease means I'm kind of going insane on him, because that means I haven't even had to roll much to get my weapon power back up. God, it would have been so good. It would have been so good if he just died right then and there. Now, I heard a sparkly. It sounded like we got a part break that dropped something. Whatever. I don't need it anyways. Yeah, I think I'd be down to get a successor to Rise. I don't want them to do wire bugs again. I'm not like #1 wire bug hater, but I'd like for it to be something different, so it doesn't just feel Rise 2, you know? If they just do like Monster Hunter Arisen, well, that's just, I mean, that's just insane to me that you would die from that. Me personally, I can't fathom going down to a singular swing like that while I'm in my sleep. I guess that's what just makes me a little different. We should hopefully get a beak. I did break his beak. It was my #1 thing that I was trying to break because, dear Lord, I need that. Oh, good. We got a Scalding Plurna. One of my favorite parts. Firestone obtained. I think we're looking for Firestone cells. Don't, Vespoid, just like leave me be, man. I promise, I have no quarrel with you. You have no quarrel with me. Let's just be on our way, man. It doesn't have to go down like that. Now, what I did like about the wire bugs, I really liked the mounting system was weird, but I thought it was kind of fun to ride around on a monster and use them as your weapon against other monsters. I thought it was really fun. And it made some monsters, like invaders, actually helpful for you. Because you could mount the more powerful invader and then use them to beat up on the little guy you're fighting. I do remember they also made it really easy to pick up the broken parts, right? You didn't even have to scavenge on the ground in that game. You could just, like, yoink them. Fin plus, beak. Oh, thank the Lord. And then Plurnas, claws, carapaces, hides, carapaces, sure. Oh, I was almost certain we weren't going to get the part. Why? It just seems like when I'm at a 80% chance to get a part, I really like hitting the 20%, and when I need a 1% drop, it just happens to be there. Which isn't something I'm necessarily complaining about. I quite enjoy having the rare drops in my inventory, even if I don't use them for anything. It's just like a bragging rights thing. Same reason people buy the Tesla trucks, because they're so cool and awesome. And it's bragging rights to have one. Who wouldn't want a car that could break down in the rain? It just really sells how awesome your car is. Equipped now? No, but we do have the... Need a hyper pyro scale and 2 Ignactor tails. Yeah, so I'm happy we made the Ignactor weapon. It's just gonna sit like this for a while. I'm sorry, it's just a monster I don't enjoy fighting. So it's just gonna sit as it was. I'm happy we have him. Wouldn't trade him for the world. Also, I'm not going to use him. Now, while we're at it, is there anything else I should be, like, thinking about equipping? Could make the Gammoth armor. It's tempting if I wanted to get Tremor Resistance, Cold-Blooded, and Destroyer instead of Expert 7. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that one. Now, our legs we could replace with something. Just because, like, the current ones aren't doing anything for us. This one gives Expert -2. That'd be a little rough, I think. Reijang would just give attack up. We wouldn't even be able to get to attack 5 or attack 10 to get anything going on it. Got the Seregios ones. Kind of same deal. Constitution's anti-bleed. Don't really care. Guard, don't care. Evasion 4. Unfortunately, think you know where that's going. Stun, chain, crit, stam, recovery. Yeah. Man, I'm just, like, really not a fan of a lot of the stuff we can make. Attack 4 on the Rathalos. Wow, that does sound delectable. I don't know if it's what I'm looking for. God, I do love the Celtis armor. I mean, it's just so fucking cool. Is it almost unusable? Yeah, Hero Shield, I don't even know what it does. Not much. Barioth could give us Expert Vault and minus stamina. Vault would be increase the damage of jumping attacks. We could get that plus mounting and then get something going on. It's worth considering at least. I think the other one we were looking at making was the Glavinus set. Because then we could get Handicraft for sharpness up. I just don't know how much that appeals to me, though. It appeals in the sense that... Sorry, I was going to make a stupid banana pun. And then I was like, no, let's actually say why it's appealing. It's appealing because the Glavinus armor looks awesome more than anything. It's like, I would go down to Critical Eye +2 instead of +3. Sorry, like I said, I'm very tired. No guarantees on how long I'll stream today because even through my energy drink, dude, I am floored with how tired I am. Holy. Turns out not getting a good night's sleep is crazy. Some people might suggest things like you should get 8 hours. How many did I get last night? So if I do the math, I had about 2 hours of sleep, then I woke up for an hour and a half, and then I had about 4 hours of sleep after that. So, like, it wasn't anything atrocious, but it was very unrestful sleep. Which I think is almost worse than it. I feel like it would almost be better if I had 6 hours of unbroken instead of the nearly 7 hours with broken in between, you know? I'd happily, because I never really got to experience my REM phase. In fact, I remember I woke up like covered in a cold sweat a couple times. You'd think that I'm sick the way that I sleep, man. And maybe I am. I'm fucking sick nasty with it. It's going for someone that slept like 3.5 hours and drank like 3 monsters today. That's called living the dream. Like literally, you're gonna start daydreaming from being so tired. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the issue, right? I love my Monster Hunter days, so I just kind of want to stream because it's Monster Hunter Day. And I love playing Monster Hunter on stream. Let's look to see if we can get... Nope. We can get Feline Groomer, which I'm pretty sure is what, the Minecraft YouTuber Dream activated, if I'm remembering right. Wait, we got Feline, you're mature for your age. What the hell? Whoa, how did we get that one? Send items to box, we'll send both of those. All right. Sorry. I think those allegations were false. They were also all alleged. There we go. Now I'm covered legally and I can't get sued. It's just that easy to cover your ass legally. And to think, not everybody does it. Why are we doing the Celtis Queen? To be honest, I just like fighting Celtis Queen. So they put Celtis Queen is such a good design that they had to put Celtis Queen in Night Rain. And if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, just wait until I hunt this bad boy. And if you played Night Rain, you'll go, holy shit, I recognize that one. I think Night Rain, the designer of it, And you can say that this is Cope because I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter. I think he was heavily inspired by Monster Hunter. Yeah, so this is the Night Rain boss. Hold on. Shout out was given to Sonato. Hey! Just in time. I asked for one of those a couple hours ago. Sorry I'm late. No, you're fine. Were you doing something? Were you taking a shower or something? But this is the part where I break free. Cause I can't break. Anyways. What did they call it? My mom called? I guess that's kind of important. Fine, I'll give you a pass this time. Well, we can't even do anything against Selta's Queen because she's playing outside of our zone. But this is, I think his name's Nostr in Night Rain. Wisdom of the Night or something like that. Dude, look up that guy's theme. Holy. When I first fought that boss in Night Rain, my first reaction was, hold on, I'm floating. The music. You know a boss is about to go so hard when FromSoft pulls out the classical music for the boss. That shit goes insane every single time. It's so good. Hold on, let me just get sent 30,000 feet in the air real quick. Slowly get up cartoonishly after my own guy decided to knock me over. Yeah, this is why I love Celtis. You can see here we have Celtis riding on top of the Queen, and now the Queen has a new moveset because the two of them have combined. I think it is one of the best duo fights I've seen in gaming. Honestly, I love it so much. Duo fights normally feel imbalanced by design, right? Like Ornstein and Smo. You don't remember Ornstein and Smo because Ornstein and Smo are a well-designed fight. You remember Ornstein and Smo because you're like, holy shit, is it such a hard fight? It's so hard for me to get good value after I'm killing one of them. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Ornstein and Smo's visual design, 100%. But the fight was one of the most obnoxious fights in all of Dark Souls, in my opinion. Just because it never felt good to get ganged up on. But this is a ganged up on fight that I really like because the two parts feel designed to work together and cover each other's weaknesses. Celtis on their own, not being a queen, very, very brittle, fragile, and insanely weak to your attacks. But the Queen on her own, slow and immobile while being a tank. So they complement each other's downsides while covering each other's, or while helping each other shine when together. But if you can separate them, which you can, then it feels very good and rewarding because I feel like it's designed around me as the player punishing them. Like here, I'm getting absolutely dumpstered in terms of my HP. But it's not because they deal too much damage. It's because they're combined together and Celtis is adding damage to the Celtis Queen. And you can see here, normally it would take ages for the Queen to reach me. Woo! But because of the beetle carrying... Hold on, I ran out of stamina. First time I've been exhausted in a while. They were able to get over very fast because all of the Queen's mobility comes from the baby on top. Anyways, I guess what I'm just saying is, God, I love this fight. I love it so much. Even if I get owned, and even if people say they're weak on their own, I don't care. I think it's an insanely well-designed fight, and it is, in my opinion, how duo fights should be designed, which is exactly why I love the Nostr of Wisdom in Night Rain. Also, in Night Rain, you can't convince me that the gaping maw is not inspired by the Devil Hoe. I just won't believe you, man. Yeah, and also you can see here just how hard the fucking Celtis Queen's carapace is. Everything I'm doing is just bouncing. Alright, now we have you over here. This is where, since they're separated, I might as well try and get a little punish going on the baby for being without the Queen. Now, whew, probably gonna leave. Yeah, they're definitely leaving. Okay, that's fine. Now, killing the baby one is not as important as you might think. It's more that it's just nice to keep them separated because the queen has no problem cannibalizing the male, which is like honestly very girl boss of her, and we respect the queen doing that shit, right? Like she doesn't need Celtis needs her. And then she will also just call in another male, because males are replaceable, but you know, the women out there, they're the ones that we're really fighting for. Hell yeah, I support it. Also, I'm 6'2", by the way. Might as well throw that one out there. I mean, it's just kind of yapping, I suppose. You might say, do you have anything else to say about the fight? No, I just really enjoy them. I also love the green and orange color scheme for bugs. I just think it's so fun. They kind of Power Ranger me. You're 6'2". When I lie on Tinder. No, I'm kidding, I don't lie on Tinder. I don't use Tinder, I use Grindr because I'm based. I never get enough men on Tinder. It's like all the men are on Grindr for some reason. And it's weird, really weird, because it feels like it's mainly straight guys on Grindr who then go, I'm not actually gay, I was just like wondering if you'd think I was hot, and also if you'd be down to like rail me. Which is weird how that just keeps happening. Like it almost sounds like they might be gay. Far be it from me to put a label on them. I suppose it could be bisexual. But no, I'm actually 5'11" and a half. I'm insanely honest about my height. I do not hit the 6 foot mark as much as I wish I did. I'm so close to hitting that mark, but I'm just barely failing the skill check. Really didn't want to be riding this guy right now, but I guess we'll do it. Why not? Oh, fair. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm of the mindset that your height doesn't really matter, like, in the real world. You could say, but it matters for dating. Yeah, but, like, if somebody would only date you based off of a superficial element about you, I don't know if it's the kind of relationship you're searching for, unless you're also searching only for superficial elements about somebody else. In which case, I don't really know if you're dating to date or if you're dating for, like, one-night stand / eugenics. I can only date somebody tall because my babies need to be tall. All right, sounds like eugenics with extra steps, but sure, go for it, man. Yeah, and I don't think any relationship like that would last. Again, I can understand for like one-night stand reasons that there's certain aesthetics that appeal more. I really don't want baby Celtis to take this one's throne, and I don't think that they will. Oh, now that's huge. Now this is where them being teamed up sucks, because they're instantly able to get out of the trap due to Celtis baby being able to pick up the queen. Again, just good design. Extra reason why apes together strong. Apes separate, not strong. Woo. Weaves. Okay, okay. Yo, did anybody else grow up watching The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody / The Sweet Life on Deck? Namely On Deck, actually. If you just watch Zack and Cody, this is not going to apply to you. And there is a reason I ask, by the way. I'm not just non-sequituring for no reason. It has to do with me saying apes together strong. It's something that I learned that, like, really surprised me when I learned it. I learned it very recently, actually. Woo! All right, hold on. I'm just gonna drink up my mega potion. On the Sweet Life on Deck, they introduced a new character randomly in, like, the 3rd season of the show, right? If you're wondering, by the way, and you might say, I thought you were older than this, why do you care about the Sweet Life on Deck? Because I have a younger brother who is 4 years younger than me, so I ended up watching a lot more Nickelodeon and Disney Channel than most people my age would have, just due to the fact that, like, it was still my little brother's age range demographic. So anyways, they introduced a character. I can't exactly remember what the character's name was. He was like a... They had him as like a child star who was a rapper who ended up joining in. I just remember that the actor who played the character was named Doc Shaw. Dude, I believe, and I might be wrong, I might not be remembering which of the apes he played, but I think it was Caesar that he played in Planet of the Apes, which is just kind of like an insane range. That's a myth. There's a video on it. What, on the Celtis killing and eating the queen killing and eating the baby Celtis, or the Doc Shaw played Caesar in Planet of the Apes? Because I'm pretty sure it might not have been Caesar. You might be right about that, but he does play one of the characters in Planet of the Apes. That much is guaranteed. Wait, the Celtis queen was just going to eat the baby Celtis right there. She started doing her eat animation on the corpse of the Celtis. Unless I was misunderstanding what I was just looking at. It sure seemed like it was. Savings for you. Get protection on your family across a variety of devices and save now. Norton, I'm not paying for you. You came free with my computer. Consider yourself lucky that I'm still treating you for right now. You're lucky you haven't been uninstalled just because I'm too lazy to uninstall the stuff that came on my computer by default. Whew. Okay. Hold. Unless it was not the eat animation, like I just said. It's very possible it wasn't. I'm not 100% familiar with every single one of the Celtis Queen's animations, but it sure looked like she was about to go munch on the dead one. All right. Now, the Devil-O eating his own tail, on the other hand. How many times are you going to bring this up? Just until it sticks with people that it is like a... Because it's one of the most famous Mandela effects, I think, of Monster Hunter. There's so many people who swear by the fact that it does eat its own tail. Even though I'm yet to ever see it do it. You can't rotate that well anymore. Your drifting is slowed down. You are not Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift much as you wish you were. Now, honestly, truth be told, I should be using one of my paintballs here. Oh, I really thought I was about to dodge that. Nah, she was just giving it a little kiss. She just wanted to make sure it was okay in the afterlife. What a caring queen. Oh, hey, you're limping away. That's perfect. Devil-Ho does eat his own tail if he's hungry enough. Okay, so like in lore probably, but not in game. I'd believe it in lore because the Savage Devil-Ho I know is as a result of cannibalism. So if there's already one that's like this is if it's cannibalized, it would stand the reason that it can eat its own tail. However, I don't believe it's ever been programmed into any game. Maybe if they add the Devil-Ho into Wilds, we can finally have the myth put to rest by having him eat his own tail. Alright, I'm just gonna roll towards where the queen should be, so that way I get my sharpness up. What do you mean he does eat it in game? I promise you can't find a single video of Devil-Ho eating his own tail. I assure you. And if you do find a single one, it will either be cut off or you can see the pixels of the rotten meat they place on the ground underneath. I assure you. I'm yet to ever see any proof that it's actually happened, aside from fan-made animations and but I've seen it before. And saying but I've seen it before, I don't think counts. Because like people have reported seeing aliens, right? And I'm not believing every single person who said they saw an alien. And also, I'm just saying there sure seems to be a coincidence between people who are tweaking out of their mind and people who see aliens. It's not a 1-to-1 100% of the time, but it does seem like aliens love to show themselves to people who are tweaking out of their mind. Now, it could just be a fun little prank by the aliens, which would be sick. If they were like, we know this guy is absolutely fucking zonked right now. We have to show up right now. No one will believe it. Hold. I mean, you've got to be close. Me to her in bed. It's been 5 minutes. You've got to be close. You know what? I'm already over here shooting my third blank. We got to get over this, man. Where are you going to go? Nowhere. You're going fucking down. That's all you've got. I'm chasing you, unfortunately. You weren't going to get away anyways. He does in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, but they removed it from games released in the West for being too taboo. But then why can't you find Japanese footage of it happening in that case? Because I've seen one clip from Japanese Twitter, Japanese Monster Hunter Twitter, where they did claim that it happened, and it was in Portable 3rd. However, if you look at the clip, it cuts off. It cuts off right after he goes down to eat it because they save edited in tainted meat underneath the tail. And that way they can make it look like it because you won't notice the effects of the tainted meat. but they purposefully save edited to try and hide it completely, but you can still see a couple pixels poke out. There's almost, what do you mean it cuts off? I mean, like, the video cuts as he goes to start eating his tail. You don't see him complete eating his tail, complete the eating animation 100%, because then you would see the effects of tainted meat, because they had to put tainted meat underneath it to try and make him eat it. Or regular. I don't think you can place down regular raw meat and have him go over, right? It has to be tainted, I think. Either way, they place down an item for him to go consume, because that's the closest clip I've seen is one that came from Portable Third. But there's a couple ghost pixels that randomly appear after the tail gets cut off. And it doesn't make much sense. Unless they... Because if you save state, you can just make sure that you know exactly where it's going to drop in. Alright, put in all that. Now, again, I'm not saying this, but you could just out raw meat. Well, that's what I'm saying. They put down something in order to make him go over and eat it, in order to keep the illusion alive. Now, I'm not saying this to try and, like, tell you Santa Claus isn't real. I would love for Devil Hood to actually eat his own tail. I think it would be very fun seeing as so much of the community believes it. I think it would be a really cool idea, and I would love for Capcom to implement it. But they haven't yet. At least, I mean, maybe there is a clip out there that doesn't have the ghost pixels appearing. Perhaps. By the way, what are they? These are just for Kinsex, right? Growing healthy Kinsex. Yeah. I mean, we'll hold on to all of them, I guess. We'll hold on to what we've got. We'll give it a shot. I mean, we are kind of halfway there. We'll make it, take my hand and we'll make it, I swear. What are all these? Comet, water, ice, shock, flame. What do you... Yeah, but, like, what do they do? Thunder attack, ice attack, water attack. Okay, I understand. I don't know if we've got any real purpose for them. We do have more hard armor spheres. We could just level these bad boys up. Till we can't anymore. Yeah, these are at hyper, these are at hyper. These we can level. Okay. So all those are ready except for our poor these ones. You might say you should finally finish upgrading those. But like, I just don't think that that's gonna happen. I appreciate the concern, but on it, at this point, I'm just too committed. We could put on the Garuga ones, maybe. That's hearing up. Never mind. No, we're not. These ones, we could get more dragon attack. It's just not quite my tempo. What do we got going on these ones? Paralysis and capture? No. Nargacuga, we have evade distance and evasion. No. Plesioth. Mounting capture and vault. Vault's not bad. And all we need is a Cephalos scale. We could do those ones. I mean, what's it, if I compare it, it's here. We'd be losing 4 sharpness, so it would be too much sharpness down. Where are the ones I'm looking for then? They should be somewhere around here. The Centaur ones? Maybe I'm blind? I mean, they'd be up here somewhere. I think they'd be in blue. They're not in blue because I don't think they're going to be past Gore Magala. Sorry, I'm just looking at the grayed out ones because I don't think it would be one that I already have access, or I could already craft. Because if I could already craft it, I'd have no reason to have not crafted it. What is EX? EX Ioprey instead of the S ones? What do they mean by this? Hold on, sorry, hold on. Cephalos, that's not what I'm looking for. Kutku, Conga, Saros, yeah. High Ingot. You have to keep in mind, oh, there it is. I'm functioning on very low sleep. All I need is one more Centaur Carapace, and then we can make these and finally upgrade it. Why not evade? This is the Nargas give 4 points. That's nearly half the skill. I don't want to lose what I've got. Now, we could make these depending on... What do they give? Because I wouldn't hate making the Astalo set. What do I have right now? If I did that, it would be most of the shells gone. Already can't make these because, oh my god, that's a lot of electro scales required. Okay, so I don't think that that's really in the cards for us, unless I wanted to go hunt more. Which I'm not. He walk into the bedroom wearing these. Well, oh my god, you're dead. Can't wait for the enduring charm farming in G rank and the insanity it will bring. I don't even know what that is, honestly. We got the Garuga one. Dude, these are sick. But you'd have to go with these ones instead, which are arguably far less sick. This would also be expert. It would actually be more expert if we did this one. But it'd be down sharpness. But granted, yeah, I would lose rating sharp. It's not that bad. Okay, so it's like pretty bad still. I should be done melding something. I kind of meld as much as I can. I've been on here trying to, oh, never mind. I haven't been melding at all. Well, we could just throw in stuff we don't care about. Oh, I mentioned it earlier, but now that you are here, I want to mention it again. I'm thinking that after this one, we start going like way back and do like 4 ultimate, then we'd go into Tri. Okay, what if the Glavenus armor? No red. I didn't meld. I remember there was a reason I wasn't. I didn't meld. The Glavenus armor I'm not against per se, but I don't know if the sharpness would change anything for my current weapon. I don't think it'll put purple sharpness on it. So I don't know if I care much. I think that's what's right past. Wait to unlock Juju melding. Hellblade Glavenus. Hellblade Glavenus. I know there's a Setsuna for that one. I know Hellblade Setsuna. Never played it, but I do know it's a game. And Microsoft really likes to promote it. Once I'll present it to you. Okay. Now, Hellblade Glavenus, we might want to make the Hellblade weapon from him. It's possible. Gourmet vouchers. We can give Hellblade one try. But the Grinder app gives you a boost of attack after you sharpen. Grinder does a lot of things. And that's where I'll leave that one. Grinder skill. Sorry, slip of the tongue. Hellblade are some of the best high rank weapons. Yeah, do you think it'll be power files for me instead of elemental? Because I really like how the Glavenus weapons look, and I would love to make a Glavenus one from that. Hellblade Glavenus. Hunt a Hellblade Glavenus. Okay, where are we going? Jungle Frontier. It's power, I believe. I'm down for that. I'm down for a power file one. The best switch axe for high rank. I mean, how hard could it be? ... You know, let's do a little feline weakener. Not that I need it. How hard, he says? I mean, like, it's just one guy. I've taken many men before. Now, we're at Desert Frontier, so I don't need those drinks. While we're at it, we might as well take some Psycho Serums. Shikase. You know what I'm saying on this one? Do those. What else we got? I'm saying we take a Mega Armor Skin and a Mega Demon Drug. And then we just go fuck him up. You know SaltedSlices isn't playing around when he finally decides to use his other items to buff up. Now, lock in. Remember, only you can defeat him. Pop a Psycho Serum to see where he is. Make sure you know what you're getting into. Probably Area 6. That's my guess. Area 2. Okay. Alright. Dude, I've seen people online say that right there is a log. I don't believe that. There's gotta be a mysterious creature that we don't know. Because logs don't move like that. Especially when you look at how the water's flowing. There's no, like, whirlpool in the center. Anyways. I thought it was desert. Sorry. No, yeah. It said jump. Okay. You're a lot like the Glavenus I've once known, but in red with red eyes. Red eyes is normally an indicator that you're going to be easier, right? He made a special noise. What's good, my man? Oh my god. Okay, I mistimed the roar. It feels slightly different. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, missed that. Whew. He is very mobile. Weaves. Okay, sorry. Just in case it was the spin around. Now his, you'll notice, looks very different after sharpening compared to some of or compared to the other one. I'm making a bold prediction that he'll hurt more also. Okay, good news, good news. I was able to get my axe switch off before that. I didn't know if it was going to be a double chomp, so I decided to roll anyways. Oh, explosions. Got it, got it. So that's probably his main gimmick. This is bad. You might say, why was it bad? Because you got the dodge? That's not the issue, honestly. All right, all right. A lot of the same attack patterns, but it just looks like he simply does them with more strength. Okay. He also applies Blast Blight, I'm noticing. Now, how am I noticing it? He has it on Oats right now. And while it might be the Macau that did it, I'm just really finding it hard to believe that it was the Macau. Okay. Weave through that. Good shit. All that for Oats, man? I mean, you gotta, at some point, start questioning. You're just a hater of my guy. Yeah. Greeted for a hit there. Greeted for a hit there. Okay. Whiff an attack. It's optimal. Good shit. Punishing his legs. Amen to that. Me on the dance floor. All right, all right. Weave. Okay, okay. Just worried in case it was about to be the other one. Now, I might get punished here. I don't. Good, because I was noticing it was the double hit, and I was like, oh shit, I perfect dodged the first one. Okay, mistime that 100% and just get fucked up. So that is new, and it's a good thing that we know it's new. He can now do 2 of those in a row, which is very important knowledge to have. Luckily, he just wanted to kill Oats dead with his fucking gun there, so that's awesome. You might say that that's actually a great sword. I'll let you know that is definitely a gun lance. Weaves. Okay. Just get up in there. We're gonna get... No, we don't. We don't get roar caught. Okay. Good shit. Okay. Okay. Oh. Good shit. Good shit. Now, we've seen him enraged a couple times. It doesn't look horrible, but I'm also not getting hit much, and we have our Mega Demon Drug still up. So it might be, like, still pretty rough for us if he ever... Oh, damn. He is pissed off. When he's doing it from that distance, you know he's mad. Now, it's a good thing we did remember to do Demon Riot 2. I couldn't dodge in time. I mean, I could have if I didn't hit X one more time, but I was really greeting for damage. Weaves. I mistimed the roar. You can't be mistiming roars. Those are supposed to be free damage. We have to get Blast Blight off. Good shit. Okay. So his shots explode afterwards. Good thing that we got to see that on our cats first. Ooh, a little stagger. That's huge to see. Now, I will, full disclosure, let you guys know, I'm not looking at chat at all. Yeah, greeted to change forms. Why? I didn't want to get stuck in an animation for running out of power. I know I still have a decent amount of power here. Now, I am going to heal up again just because I don't know what kind of damage levels we're really looking at. Plus, he's just beating the shit out of Oats on the floor anyways. Definition of hitting him while he's down. Sorry about that, man. You know, I honestly did apologize, though. It's kind of like the part that you don't really seem to be getting. And that's where I don't understand you. Weaves. Okay, okay. Woo. Now, the part that really scares me about Deviants is I'm yet to have one of them take even anywhere near less than 30 minutes, which is very rough. Sorry, I had to listen for sound cues there. When he does that sharpening attack, there's a good sound cue for you to dodge on. So I really wanted to make sure I was listening to that, because that's his fuck you up attack. But that's what scares me is, whew, if it takes me 30 minutes locked in a room with a Glavenus, yeah, that sounds like hell. Oh, fuck, he turned to me. Bad attack to get stuck in. Okay, we're good, we're good. Good shit. We could go for a tail break. We learned last time we fought Glavenus, we are allowed to tail break. And it looks there like that one did deal some good damage to his tail. Shouldn't have done that attack. Just kidding. Never punished. Remember, you only shouldn't do something if you get punished for it. Quote the police. Okay, just whiffs 37 attacks on you. Mistimed it. Yeah, I thought he was going for a chomp. He was going for a swipe. That's on me. That's on me. Oh, it was for Garfunkel? Dude. How come you never aim for me when I would like you to? Now we gotta lure him here. There it is. Go into this from there. I should Demon Riot here, but I really, really want to greed for more damage. Big explosion. Okay. Oh, shit. Damn, damn. Rathian triple fireball. Got it. Now, while he's fucking up Oats, just take one of these. Oh, God, I mean, great shot, honestly. Oh, and what a read. He's fucking me up right now. Now, while he's doing triple fireball, he can't do anything right out of it, so we just drink up one of these. And while he's killing Oats dead with a gun, we just drink again. Okay, okay. I can't look at chat, it jinxes me. I know what this means. If I ever look at chat, it means I'm gonna get hit 77 times in a row. Now, we only are surviving this well because we have a mega demon drug and mega armor drug up. So keep that in mind and don't get cocky. The second those go down, we're mortals. Why am I doing this in front of him? What am I, a fucking dumbass? Why didn't I just do it right before I entered? I mean, I know why. I was worried he wouldn't actually be here, because sometimes when you don't mark them on the map, it goes that way. But even then, there's a better way to do that, which is I should have just Psycho Serumed if I was worried. It's not like they're a commodity, man. We have so many now. That was not the right sharpen noise. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm blast bladed. We're chilling. We should be fine to just take a normal potion here. Okay, 1 is fine. 1 means we can do this. Because then we can just still dodge in and get back out our weapon. And even go into this. Now, I can't really see what's going on. Very lucky. And very skillful. Never one without the other. And fucking whiff 77 attacks. The Whiffler has logged on. I hate having to do that twice in a row. Can I be honest? It feels like I'm defusing a bomb. Which is, of course, something me as a streamer I know a lot about. Woo. One of the most important jobs to society, wouldn't you agree? Ooh, falling over, are we, Galavinus? Yikes, not a great look for you. I thought you were a DeviantArt or something. I don't really understand. Oh, going right for an explosion on me. Fucking the Bluetooth device has been connected, huh, Glavinus? Yeah, I'll say it. You're kind of actually, like, atrociously terrifying. I feel like I'm handling you all right, but even with that, I'm just like... Every waking moment I'm fighting you, I'm in fear. But I'm not letting fear control me. I think the true mark of a gamer is being able to be afraid and not let it impact your actions. Because that's how he'd win. I honestly thought you were walking away, so I went for a stupid punish that I should not have. But I can recognize that. Can you say the same? My ancestors are smiling upon me, Glavinus. Can you say the same? Weaves underneath. Ah, fuck. Okay. Whew. God, you're scaring me, man. You're fucking scaring me. I'm holding my breath here. I don't enjoy having to hold my breath this long. I don't have good lung capacity. It's actually very true. In fact, when I was a kid, anecdotes can fucking wait, I suppose. Alright, swap me back. I'm in classic SaltedSlices use of sword mode in Switch X. Fucking whiff everything. That's an enrage roar. He's booming. Call him Metro because he's booming. Woo. Okay. Sweep the legs. Yeah, someone's a little staggered now, aren't we? Someone is terrified. Stop making me do that, man. It fucking takes a year off my life. Every time. Holy. I mean, you're just an asshole. Did anybody ever tell you that, man? Does not play well with others. I already know exactly what was on your kindergarten report card, you fuck. And you're still not limping? You have to soon, man. You have to. You can't keep not limping. This is absurd, Glavinus. You have people who care about you, not me, but I'm sure they're out there. I clearly don't care for you. I'm fucking going crazy. Oh, okay. Breathe. Drink your normal pot. That's plenty for now. Drink a Psycho Serum to make sure he's there. In Area 7. He is. Now, he might be eating. That'd be our best case. Before we move on, pop Demon Riot 2. Now we'll be in the flow zone, hopefully. Meowster, something's different about you? Yeah, I'm him. Artificially created in a lab. Yeah, it didn't have the sound effect that he was gonna attack. Ah, that's what that one was. I thought it was gonna be the sweep attack. That one. Yeah. Weaves? Holy. Call him Edward because he weaves aisles. Yikes, man. God damn. You know what? I'll say it. You're the first deviant I fought where I'm kind of like quaking. Where I'm thinking to myself, I might not be enough. Oh my god. Oh, fuck me. That's a horrible one to get hit by. Don't panic, don't panic. He wants you to be feared. Yeah. I don't know what hit me. I don't know what hit me. Okay. We're fine. Just get this off you. Get this shit off me. Drink one of these and go right back in. Remember, he ain't nothing but code. This whole dinosaur guy, he's nothing but code designed to lose to you. And the sooner you understand that you hold the power dynamic in your hands, the better. Sweep the legs. Discombobulate. And now, you're afraid. And now, I put the fear of God in you, didn't I? Oh, Glavenus. The fight's just getting started. Where are you going, buddy? This is only the beginning. The fight has just begun. Weaves? Okay, well, no, I won't. All right. Oh. I really wish I didn't dodge that way. This is not an arena I would like to fight you in. And that's not like a cope thing. It's just because I don't feel like there's enough room for us to fight. Vegeta and Goku had to go. Shit, that was the bad noise. It's fine. We have iframes getting up. God gave us iframes for a reason. Respect them. Okay, he's stuck there for long enough for us to get a pot off. Don't, whatever you're thinking. No. Come on, man. Okay, it's fine. You still have one more Psycho Serum. This is what we brought him for. It's fine. Drink it, see where he's at. Area 10. Okay, see, this is why it's very good that we drank that, because he's gonna be sleeping. Now, that matters a lot, because if he's asleep, he recovers HP. So we have to get there as soon as possible. Unfortunately, this motherfucker took a path that requires me to run through the fire and flames. We'll carry on. You motherfucker, man. I can tell he's asleep, which is good. The trackler is on him now. You can't escape me. There's blood in the water, and I'm a shark, baby. Exactly what I say to my girl when it's that time of month. Amen to that. All right. Running to Area 10. Locking in. Don't look at chat a single time. They only serve to distract you. You can catch up on everything right afterwards. Maybe, honestly, you just should look at chat if you're gonna fucking walk into the jaws of the beast. You have to hit him at some point, though, is kind of like the thing. You are not, again. I'm gonna go down in history as perhaps the worst lucky, or the least lucky Monster Hunter player of all time. How is it even possible that every single time I try to fight your ass, you run? Don't roar like you're some big man. Yeah, don't roar like you're some big man. You're a small fry. You're a small fry in a man's world. And I'm a man who loves small fries. Good thing I didn't do the original quote. Okay. Hello, Derp. Welcome in. How are we doing on this fine day? Huh? What are we hung? Are we talking about that time of month? Glavenus plate obtained? Not exactly what I'm looking for, honestly. Need some Hellblade stuff, honestly. limping. Now this is Monster Hunter. I was locked the fuck in, man. This definitely proves to me you should never leave a depth style. I was decimating this guy. This was... Yeah, this is my favorite hunt I've done so far. Holy, was this one good. But yeah, hello Derp, I hope you're doing good today. I hope you're doing good. You joined in during quite a hunt, and might I say quite a hunt where none other than SaltedSlices was victorious. And dare I say, there wasn't even any question about it. Everybody saw it and knew from the very start, I had the advantage. Holy, is that a good one. Whew. Oh, I gotta like breathe now. I was holding I wanted to do it without carding so bad. Send the item box, Hellblade Scale, Glavenus Pyro Shell, Glavenus Tailpiece, Hardbone, Hard Pyro Shell, Hellblade Scale, Hellblade Shell. Okay, Hellblade Hunter 1 X2, Pyro Shell Shell. Holy, was that a hunt. Okay, so now you have no excuse to leave the rest of the deviants. I think it's gonna be one that I kind of like care about. Hellblade Glavenus, that's definitely one I care about. That one's cool as fuck. About 7 more to go. Takes that many materials. Okay. Well, I mean, let's go look at it. If it's not power file, I'm not even gonna go get it. As unfortunate as that is to say aloud, I'm probably just not even gonna bother if it's not power. Oh, now that's the kind of thing that pisses me right off. Come on, man. 1 off? That can't be right. What do you want me to go again? I just went through the gauntlet of hell. Now you can do Hellblade Glavenus level 2. Honestly, level 1 was plenty fearful for me personally. Oh man, dude, my hands are sweaty. My signs are vital. My hands are cold. I'm on my knees searching for the answer, dude. Are we human? Or are we dancer? The type of shit I'm asking. My mom was obsessed with that song. I listened to it so many times, not really for my own will. If it was up to me, I don't think I would have listened to it nearly as much as I did. The Glavenus plate screwed you over. Oh, when I saw that plate, I was a little bit pissed off. But also, yeah, thank you for stopping by, Derp. Enjoy your sleep. Thank you for stopping. Look. Holy. Capture a Hellblade Glavenus, huh? Oh, man. Subquest, hunt a Gendrome? That's not even like a... That's just easy. What was the subquest for this one? None? Yeah, that adds up. Reward is $3,000. Hardly up one, if you ask me. And we do have the Garuga. We've done the Rathian. I guess we can go do the Lagombi. We might as well. It's just been kind of sitting here bugging me anyways. Take 4 hot drinks, it's all I need. God damn it, this stupid plate, man. This stupid plate. Oh, if I would have just got 1 shell, we could have had a cool weapon. We could have had our Hellblade Glavenus. Everyone would have looked in. They would have stopped in the stream and gone, wow, SaltedSlices, you got that one? And I would have said, yeah, I guess I'm just that kind of guy. I mean, look at me, look at you. I mean, we can take my revenge. That's what I'm going to do. You wouldn't understand unless you listen to Minecraft parodies on repeat like I did. And my sword will tear through you. That's what I'm talking. Dude, Captain Sparkles was on one, and I think he knew he was too. I would have been feeling on cloud 9 if I was working with Try Hard Ninja making those songs. And the animations, oh baby, each and every moment still etched directly into my brain. Oh yeah, this isn't high rank, so they still give me stuff. They still treat me like a good boy. Wait, that's so kind of them. And paintballs, you shouldn't have. My balls can paint plenty as is. I just gotta dip them in first. Now, I could wave to figure out which area the Lagombe's in. I'm gonna say a hot take. I'm gonna wave and we'll see if I'm right. It's gonna be area 6, 7, and or 8. You know, who could have seen this one coming? Somehow, I just knew. I call it a 6th sense, call it a 7th sense, call it whatever you want. But intuition, mayhaps, but somehow. What game is this map from? Because this map I also kind of hate. I really don't like it because areas 4, 3, and 5 are wasted areas. Nothing feels good to fight in there. They're too cramped. Areas 1 and 2 also don't matter because they're like the starting zone, so nobody cares about them. So it really just feels like you're fighting in area 7, 8, and 6, which begs the question, why do I have to do this insane trudge to get there? If it's Monster Hunter 1 or Monster Hunter DOS, I'll accept that, like, okay, they just didn't know what they were doing yet. But if it's Tri or 4, I don't think it's 4. I don't remember doing this map in 4 at all, because there's Frozen Seaway. And I'll say it, Frozen Seaway is this map, but good. Because at least more areas feel good to fight in on Frozen Seaway than this one. This map's more vertical than Frozen Seaway, and just feels worse to walk around in. Now, Area 6 is at least a nice, wide, open zone. It's good Snow Baron Lagombe. You hardly look like a variant. Like, I don't mean to put him down, and that could just be seen as being very rude, but you really do hardly look like a variant. But yeah, to go back to what I was saying in the Hellblade Glavenus fight, dude, my lung capacity is just atrocious. Ever since I was a kid, my brothers and dad, whenever we would go to like a local pool or something like that, they would always do this thing where you let out a bunch of your air and then you can just sit on the bottom of the pool, right? Because you no longer have the oxygen in you that makes you more buoyant to want to float up. And they would just stand down there and do... That's awesome, man. They would just sit down there and do that. I was never able to. And they were like, all you got to do is let out your air and just chill. But if I let out my air, I feel like I'm going to drown. Unfortunately, and maybe this is just like only the case for me, I feel like I need oxygen to breathe. All right, I've already decided something. I don't like this fight. God, do I hate the Lagombe. If annoying was a monster, man. Holy. Watch, I'm on top of him. Here it comes. Oh, wow, big man Lagombe. And here I thought he was just going to do the thing where he goes around in a circle. It just goes to show I don't know him at all. Nah, I just really don't like Lagombe. So if you like this deviant, prepare yourself. This might be the only time you get to see him. Oh, I was waiting for the next spin. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Anything else you'd like to say? Oh, there it is. So that wasn't actually a hitbox. How big of you? How large of you, in fact? By which I mean, like, your weight is absurd, man. God. I mean, I know I'm wearing high rank armor, so it's just not doing damage. But, like, dear lord, do I hate this monster. And it does not help that he's just... Is that an owlbear bunny? Yeah, pretty much. I didn't think that it would hit me when it was the left side one. I thought the right side one would. But, like, he's just an annoying drift king. That's pretty much all he does. Drink one of these. Uh-huh. Do you want to keep drifting? Ooh, no, attacking me. How big? How big? Yet again, I do mean that very literal. Fucking quit it, man. Can you quit it? Do you even have the time to listen to me rhyme? Or sorry, to listen to me whine. That's what it is. Uh-huh. Oh, we're at the drift part. Want to do it again? No. Big of you. Large of you, dare I say. I just... Shouldn't you be asleep? Hey, look. Sen does this often. Weave. Weave. Oh, wait, really? I honestly thought it would just give me perfect dodge there. So I was trying to use his long-ass hitbox to my advantage. Okay. Throws one. Oh, just the one? Oh. Yeah. Anything else? That's it? Okay, I'm gonna walk over there then. I fucking knew it. God, I just can't punish him ever. It's just like... He annoys me to look at. Is that fair? No. I'm profiling him 100%. Oh my god. Oh, he's so annoying. God, let me fight 47 Gammoths in a row before I fight another Lagombi. This guy was removed from the game. I wouldn't... You wanna know what the fucked up part about the Lagombi is? And it's the reason I hate this dumbass. They'll bring a fucker like him back, and then the Gobel has to sit in timeout jail for the rest of his fucking life. But the Lagombi is allowed to come back. My goat, the Yamasukami, has to sit in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite and dose for his entire fucking existence. But you want to know what the Lagombi gets to do? He gets to show up everywhere. He just gets to walk around free like people like him. God, do I hate this fuck. Alright, yep, we dodged. You want to keep going? Nope. Alright, he's done drifting. We run over. Almost got a hit in. Oh, drifted again. Okay. It's okay, I hate Lagombi too. It's just like not a fun fight. Everything he does is such an active hitbox. And then he moves everywhere the second you get in on him. And then that's also an active hitbox of him moving. It's like a mini Tigrex in terms of annoyance. And that, I mean, that might be my hottest take. I don't know if everybody agrees with that one yet or if I'm ahead of the curve. I really do hate Tigrex and think that his fight has nothing fun to it at all. All right, this is fun. That's awesome. I'll give it that. Credit where credit's due, that's a sick move. Him holding it up and throwing it, having a Rei style rock above him that he throws at you, that's sick. Real recognizes real, and that was absolutely real of the Lagombi. It was so real of the Lagombi for that. I might end stream after this, by the way, because I don't know if everybody was here at the beginning when I said it. I had a very, very restless sleep, and I am just not feeling... You can probably tell by how little I'm yapping and how much I'm talking about the game. I'm just, like, out of sorts today. So I'm probably just gonna go, like, chill after this. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I might do one more. I kind of like him a glutton for streaming. I just like it. I had to take off yesterday, though, because holy... I've been on a streak of horrible sleep. The night before, I couldn't fall asleep until around 3 a.m. Keep in mind, I work a 9 to 5, right? So, like... I know some people will hear that for a streamer and they're like, that's fine, you sleep till noon anyways. But, sorry, yeah, I couldn't fall asleep till like 3 a.m. And then when I finally managed to fall asleep, I got woken up about 3 or 4 times just because I was feeling so restless. I don't know what it is. Yamatsukami is probably the worst monster ever. I gotta disagree with that. Now, all right, so like here's my take, right? Granted, I haven't fought him. That's true. However, now that Wilds has an actual cephalopod skeleton that they can put on monsters, they need to bring back the Yamatsukami. Because his design is too good to let it go to waste. I'll agree that I don't know his fight, so I think it's just a boring siege fight. Which, yeah, I wouldn't really enjoy fighting that, but I do love his design, and I love his armor design. Also, when they bring back fuckers like the Keizu 24/7, another one whose fight can only be described as one of the most annoying fights in the entire game. Roar spam into electrical force field jump, into electrical force field around him, into another roar, into now he's on the ceiling, into an electrical force field, into another roar, into now he's on the ceiling. When that is allowed to be a gameplay loop that's inside the game, I think it's fine to have a boring one like Yama, when their design is good. Get fucked? Get actually punished for once in your life? The teacher has finally caught on to what you've been doing, Lagombi. Weaves. Yeah, I probably could have dodged that. But anyways, Yama's armor set I really like, and I just love Yama's design because I just love octopi. I think they're so cool. When I was a kid, my favorite animal was the Dumbo octopus. What is it now? I don't know. Dumbo octopus is still probably pretty up there. If you don't know what they look like, look them up. They're fucking awesome. Yeah, I won't card to you. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stand here and drink this in front of you. It's not like you have the damage to punish me. And I was right. But from what I've seen about Yama's fight, and again, I haven't actually fought Yama myself, Yama looked cooler in Dose than Freedom Unite. Because in Dose, there was the Tower Siege fight. But in Freedom Unite, I believe it's only the Town Siege, correct? I mean, again, correct me if I am wrong on that. I haven't played either. But that is what I've heard. And the Tower Siege version of Yama, I think, is really cool. Granted, I do know the reason they changed how the Tower they changed it from being the Tower Siege because most players would just wait at the top of the tower anyways and kill 25 minutes waiting for Yama to get up there. But like the attacks Yama did were cool. At least you're fucking limping. Sorry. Been decently productive today. Ready to game the night away? Hell yeah. No, it's in the tower and it's a garbage fight. Oh, I thought they only had the like one that you would do for, what is the name? Lao Shanlong or something like that? Look, okay. Monsters that I would love to come back and they try to find an interesting way to make them a good fight are Darin Morin, the fucking giant crab monster, who's an elder dragon, the spider crab one, I don't remember his name, and Lao Shanlong and Yama. I would love for all of them to come back and somehow be made into good fights because I do like their designs, but I don't like their fight designs. Lagombi, I'm like take it or leave it on his actual design as a monster, but his fight design I hate. Which is the worst sin a monster can commit. Is not look cool enough to warrant their fight not being fun. Like Darin Morin, is Darin Morin the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's Darin Morin. Darin Morin's fight is very boring, just sitting on top of the caravan sand skiff, shooting at him. Then he slowly walks towards you and you shoot at him, and then you just kind of win, and I've yet to ever fail it because, like, you just kind of stand there and shoot him until he dies with ballistas, and it's not really a very fun fight, but his design is cool enough that I let it pass because he's the giant sand shark. Yama, I haven't fought him yet, but he has one of my all-time favorite monster designs. I just love the giant balloon octopus filled. The hot air balloon octopus is fucking awesome as a design. Now, in terms of the fight, like I said, I don't know. I got nothing on that one. I guess we should have probably picked up some burnt husks. I just didn't really care to. Well, Lao Shanlong is even worse. Yeah. Well, all of those fights in Freedom Unite, as far as I know, are worse. I might be wrong, but it just seems very boring. At least with the one where you're on the sand skiff, there's like dynamic motion to him slamming into it and all that kind of stuff. Now, the reason I was kind of down to do this, well, do you get layered armor in this game, or is layered armor not a thing? I'd imagine layered armor is a thing, right? Anyways, the main reason I wanted to do it is because the Lagombi set does look really cool, and I bet it looks even sicker if it's in black, because I imagine this is in black. It exists in this game. Pain to get. Okay. Maybe I'll just look like a crab. I don't mind my crab ancestors that much. Do I have a weapon that I can make from it? Oh, I do. You can just make the black hair axe. It's kind of sick. It's kind of sick. It's more like a combination between a normal hunt and a siege hunt, but has a bunch of Oko attacks and it's boring as hell. Yeah, I think it's just like, I like their designs enough that I wish they would do something. Grinder and protection. I wonder if that could be worth going for. Yeah, this one's gonna look sick. Yeah, hold on, let's see the chest, It does. I mean, it goes just kind of hard. You gotta admit, even I have to admit that it goes kind of hard. You want me to make the armor for the Glavenus, you say? Why not go for this one instead? Why go for the boring one? Oh, wait, those gloves are actually sick. It actually might not be a bad idea. Dude. Yeah, Glavenus is peak. I'll say, I mean, he's just so cool. Yeah, I just feel very tired. I think I'm gonna, the fact that I've drank 240 milligrams of caffeine and I feel like I'm ready to pass out. Yeah. You have to grind the Glavenus 7 times over. I don't think I'd be against that, though. He's a fun fight. But I am going to probably just end stream here because I feel exhausted. Sorry, it's a shorter stream for Monster Hunter standards. I know, I would love to go for another hour. I would. I really want to go lie down. Yeah, I think I'm going to just go take it easy for the rest of the night. But I still appreciate you guys all for coming out. I know it wasn't the most productive Monster Huntering session of all time. Which sucks. I really like my thumbnail today. That was a really fun thumbnail. Sorry, I'm gathering my thoughts. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I can't even speak right now, man. Okay, lock in. Lock in. Only your words matter. All right, cool. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I did still have a great time streaming. I wouldn't stream. I don't stream out of obligation. I stream out of me enjoying it. So even though I am very tired, I still had a great time streaming and I had a lot of fun streaming. I will hopefully be back Saturday, but I don't know. My weekends are always chaotic. It seems like I'm always playing catch up in life. It turns out living 2 full-time jobs in air quotes, because this one's a hobby. It doesn't pay anything, but makes it so I don't really have much time to get done what I need to get done throughout the week around the house. So it makes it pretty hard for me to stream on the weekends, but I really do want to come back with the Saturday time slot. I've missed doing some story-based games. Really want to play 100 line. Last defense, oh shit. Sorry, my nose is bleeding. I don't know if that's a good sign. Well, anyways, I hope you guys had a good time watching. I still had a great time streaming, and I will see you guys whenever I see you next. Worst case will be next Monday. See ya!